He had it plugged into the wrong output.
Huh.
All right, yeah. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Little higher. Okay. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. What do you want, Ian? Ian. Check, check, check. One. What? Ian. What do you want? What do you want? Good or lower? What do you want? I trust Ian because he has some experience with radio.
Yeah.
And I know that Bree does not. He's now 21? Okay. Thank you. So you might have
What's
to
that?
rechange yours. 43, Modzalewski is now wearing 21.
Jeez.
Which might be what you had originally.
No, I don't think.
I don't know.
I think I'm good, yeah. 21. Oh boy, what a mess.
Oh, I was gonna say, I don't. For you, if you want to check the levels, because you were giving me different signs than her, so I was saying.
Yeah, no, you're good. That's why I was up
Okay.
to see what you said.
Okay. I don't know. What do you think about the whole crowd mic situation?
What?
What do you think about the crowd mic situation?
I don't know. I think it's always good to have one.
I think we should have one also.
Yeah.
So you went to Seton Hall, you said?
Yeah.
So tell me what's your experience? What have you done?
Done a lot. I mean, went to sports track station last year there, and then we saw the sports center full time. So I've done a lot of basketball. Did maybe started at men's and women's basketball. Soccer, baseball. Did those as well. It was good. Yeah, it was really good.
Was that for WSOU?
Yeah.
And did you do any music, any metal?
Yeah, I did. I had a shift. I also hosted a specialty show, like the post-hardcore emo show once a week, so I did that. Yeah, man, it was good. I got a lot of interviewed bands and sports guys, so those are both my things. So.
Yeah, I did the metal show at Hot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was from 11 to 1. Then my last message made it 1 to 3 a.m. I still did it. Well, yes.
So one jersey change.
I forgot that. The jersey change. Is the Conmu playing? Number 1?
I don't know.
Okay, just go pronunciation.
Okay, Ava Connu,
Yes.
Devon Gray, Patrick Parker, George Holmes, Near Moore, Kevin Nascimento. Yeah. Nascimento. Daniel Watson, Luke Mercurio, Keith Kilpatrick, Pat Piasecki, John Felisna, Patrick Modzalewski,
Modzalewski.
and Lee Snikovich.
He Americanized his name so much. Modzalewski. What a joke. Denise Nikovich. Bitch with a C. Vic? What are these Americanizations? What's the point of watching international soccer if I can't actually tell them how their name's supposed to be in their real language? Nick and Nick. Modzalewski. So who'd you play on your specialty show? What band?
Played like Thursday, now 6 o'clock here, Never Survive, stuff like that. Regular rotation was fun too, doing the metal, because I never listened to metal really, or I came to see metal, but I ended up liking a lot of it.
Yeah.
Went to a couple shows.
Red Daemen, we were last week. When we get, how long on that card? That's fine.
Gotta get him in by 10, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I was the producer of that show for a while, so I got to witness the first show around a lot of the best lists and stuff. That was a pretty cool show. I was jealous when they would have like the WS, like you presents and like have like a legitimate band, like I think Shadow Skull or something like that. That's pretty awesome.
They're doing no switching page for a holiday show. So that coming up.
That's awesome.
That's cool people up in the studio. Last couple of years there wasn't too many big bands that came by. I know like before I was really into it, so it's like
Well, I just didn't start. But I would like to know if he's playing. Sadly, with D2, as they see, like, some of the schools don't even have bios for the guys, like, during the season. So it gets frustrating to try to prep. Like, I'll try to, like, look up and, like, search the player's name in the town and hope to find something from high school, just like, where they were all conference or something in high school. Just that literally anything.
yeah, no, I was looking for like any news article. Nothing out there. I guess the spoiled league is Big East.
Yeah.
7 game notes.
And even I feel like the same with CAA. I mean, that was what a difference. So, so usually with the pregame, we build one break-in, and then usually for Molloy we do a coaching show, so we interview the coach like 5 minutes before. So I usually just play that over the anthem, like in starters, so that I don't have to take another break. But we don't have a coaching show for these two teams, and we might not even have Mark, like they said, because of how close it's going to be. So I think he wants to start at 5:50, so we'll go like. I guess we'll go like 4 minutes or something. We'll take like a 2-minute break. We'll come back. We'll talk for like 2 or 3 more minutes, and then we'll go break for anthem, and then we'll go back and we'll do that. I should ask them actually what if anthem starts at when the clock expires or smaller.
that's when they're gonna go. They're gonna anthem first, then start. So basically, that's right on time to end at 7. So we'll end the pregame right for 7. Like so, we'll do that break for anthem, and then we'll bring it back, and we'll go to start. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Yes, so is there like a number annual?
No, because we didn't host one last year.
Hey, I just want to confirm with you too. When the clock hits 0, that's when you anthem. Anthem first, right? I guess before the break we'll go Daemen thus far, touch on their transition to P2, and then we'll talk about Queens basically, I guess, like tough start last year, you lost your best 2 players. That's tough. And then when we come back, I think we'll start talking about the matchup. Like we know Daemen, the high tempo offense, the high pressure defense, and stuff like that. So Queens, how are they going to survive it? And then we'll come back. We'll go starters. Right. Is that good? Yeah. Yes, sir.
The head official is Doug. Last name Abrahamian. Abrahamian. The first official, assistant official is the one with the blondish hair. That's Billy Ettinger. Oettinger. And the second official is the full-shaped head is Mel Chettam. Chetty. 4 minutes, 4.5, guys.
He's good? Interesting. Instead of Kamaru is, I don't know. Interesting, I guess. I don't know. I don't even have a rationale for that. All right.
This is the home for Molloy College Athletics. www.molloylions.com. A Touch of Italy is a proud sponsor of Molloy Athletics. Craving hearty Italian food in the area around Molloy's campus? Come on down to A Touch of Italy in Baldwin for a delicious meal. Full pizza pies and individual slices, heroes, full dinner plates, salads, and much, much more. It's all at A Touch of Italy. Visit us at 1187 Grand Avenue in Baldwin or call 516-483-5119.
Hey, this is John Petroselli.
Hey, this is Lori Rivera.
Hey, this is Tim O'Hagan, head coach of your Molloy Lions women's basketball team.
Hey, this is Charlie Marquardt, head coach of your Molloy Lions men's basketball team.
Hungry for even more Molloy College basketball? Tune in 15 minutes before every basketball broadcast for the A Touch of Italy Molloy Lions pregame show. Stats, analysis.
This Molloy Lions men's basketball team has one of the best backcourts in the ECC, so if the post players perform, they could contend for a conference title.
Interviews, in-depth previews, and much more. It's the A Touch of Italy Molloy Lions pregame show, and it starts 15 minutes prior to every broadcast right here on your home for Molloy College Athletics, www.molloylions.com. Your A Touch of Italy Molloy Lions pregame show starts now.
And a good Friday evening, and welcome here inside the A Touch of Italy Molloy Lions pregame show right here on MolloyLions.com. Tom Birdie here with you alongside my color man for tonight's games, David Ryan, here and proud to bring you this first installment of Molloy College basketball in the 2012 Molloy Tip-Off Tournament. Well, again, hello everyone. Tom Birdie again here alongside David Ryan. And David, just a good feeling college basketball is back.
Yeah, it's definitely good to be back, and I think all teams are excited and ready to go and get the season off on a strong note.
And, of course, we talked about it. Molloy will be playing in this tournament. They'll have the later game tonight. They'll be taking on the Eagles of Post University. But first, a matchup set for a 6 p.m. tip. The Queens Knights and the Daemen College Wildcats. And certainly a good start to the season for this Daemen team, already out to a rip-roaring 5-0 start.
Yeah, they've really played well against some college teams from up north in Canada, and their offense has really been unbelievable. In their first 4 games, over 100 points in each of those, and even in their last game, a 73-point outburst, a 73-57 win over Western Ontario. So they are playing very well, and they had a very strong year last year, so they've just continued that.
And we mentioned that playing some Canadian competition because Daemen is in the midst of a transition to NCAA Division II, formerly in the NAIA, now currently enrolled in the USCAA. That's the United States Collegiate Athletic Association. And, of course, they'll have keep a special eye on this tournament because next year they will be a probationary member of the ECC and play teams like Queens and Molloy.
Yeah, so this is a good chance for them to kind of see what they'll be up against next year, see how they stack up early on. So they'll be definitely wanting to make a good impression as they continue towards Division II. This will be a good stepping stone for them.
And certainly a good season for them last year, 20-11, including 10-2 in the American Mid-East Conference, and notching the regular season and tournament titles before falling in the first round of the NAIA National Tournament. Meanwhile, for this Queens team, you can't really say the same for them last year. Just 4-22, including 3-13 in the conference. And tough part for this Queens team is they lost their best 2 players to graduation over the past year.
Yeah, it's been a tough go for them. And, you know, in 2010 they won 20 games and were one of the best teams in the conference. Yeah. But it's not gone so well. And you mentioned it, losing top talent is never easy. And right now they're just trying to find some consistency. They had really long losing streaks last year of 8 and 11 games separately. So for them to get off on a strong start would be important.
And for this Queens team, still all about replacing Khalil McDonald, of course, a two-time All-ECC selection, led the team in points, 17.3 points, 7.6 rebounds last year. And as we said, you have a tough season and you lose your top player, a player who has been one of the best in the conference. Never easy going into that season.
No, and it's up to some of the more role players on the team to kind of step up and find their roles. And first couple of games are always key to do that, find what the roles are and how people can step up. So some of the younger players, some of the freshmen get the playing time. For them to step up and contribute is key.
All right, now when you start looking at this matchup a little bit deeper, of course, Queens against Daemen. Now, we do know, even though Daemen seems like a relative unknown, we do have a pretty good idea of how they like to play high-tempo offense, high-pressure defense. What do you think about this Daemen team coming into this tournament here?
Well, I think that they're definitely offensively skilled, and they like to shoot it from deep as well. So, for Queens, they're going to have to defend the perimeter. Defense was kind of an issue for them. They gave up about 70 points per game last year, so they're going to have to really play smart and not turn the ball over. If they do that, they could find themselves in a big hole, and this Daemen team's not going to stop coming offensively. So really, I think turnovers for both sides is going to be a big key to the matchup.
Now, you mentioned this Queens team really not turning the ball over is going to be a big key, but as we see, one of their regular faces from last year, Abe Akanmu, not in the starting lineup tonight. Of course, he was a 2011-2012 ECC all-rookie team selection. Instead, we're going to see a couple of different guys. Pat Parker and Kevin Nascimento are going to be in the starting lineup in the backcourt, and perhaps they're going to have to deal with the tough task of this big, long, and maybe speedy Daemen College defense here.
Yeah, and Akanmu is a guy who dished out most assists on the team last year, so his replacements are going to have to try to find other players, and dealing with the speed and quickness of Daemen won't be easy collectively. But if everybody can be disciplined and hold their own, then this Queens team has a chance of competing with the high-powered offense.
Now it's going to be interesting as well to see, because we know how Daemen likes to run. Can the bigs of Queens hang and run the floor like they're going to have to stop a high-powered transition offense like this Daemen team brings? And that, I think, is going to be another big question for this Queens team.
Yeah, I think the big unknown for Queens is kind of their post players and what they can do out on the floor. So, if they can run and try to, get some of their own shots in transition, it'll be a big plus for this team. But, if they're lagging behind, getting in foul trouble early on, then Daemen certainly has the advantage, in terms of points in the paint down low. So that'll be another area to watch.
And one guy for this Queens team who seems to a bit of an unknown after last year only playing in 4 games because of a lot of injuries was Daniel Watson, but he did put up a game-high 20 points in the team's exhibition game against Hofstra. That's obviously D1 competition, so perhaps Daniel Watson is going to be a guy to watch. A bit undersized at 6'4", not your typical big-time forward, but at this D2 level could be a guy who Queens might lean on heavy this year.
Yeah, he grabbed almost 5 rebounds a game last year in that limited action, like you said, so him being a senior, one of the more veteran guys on this team, it's up to him to kind of crash the boards and do the little things that are needed down low against a team that can really, fly up and down the court.
All right, well, we're going to take a quick break for the national anthem. Be back with the full starters and the tip here between Queens and Daemen, all part of the 2012 Molloy College Tip-Off Tournament. Oh, back with more here on MolloyLions.com.
Of Molloy Athletics. Come down to Jake's for happy hour every Monday through Friday from 3 to 7 p.m. and Sundays from 12 to 7 p.m. $4 mixed drinks, $4 select domestic beers, $5 select house wines by the glass, and $5 select craft beers. Looking for some delicious food? Jake's Sunset Special features a price-fixed menu Sunday through Thursday from 4 to 6. 3 courses for just $24.95. Friday night at Jake's is prime rib night, a delicious 26-ounce prime rib with popovers, mashed potatoes, and dessert, all for $49. Can't get enough? Well, Jake's does brunch too. Sunday mornings receive free hot cereal and coffee or tea with any entree, plus bottomless Bloody Marys and mimosas for $10. And don't forget, you get 10% off at Jake's, Monday through Friday and Sunday with a valid Molloy ID. Jake's Steakhouse, 2172 Hempstead Turnpike in East Meadow.
It's that time of year, Molloy fans. Basketball is back. Join us right here on MolloyLions.com for every dunk, bounce pass, three-pointer, and more throughout the season. Live broadcasts of every home game, stats, game previews, recaps, and analysis. We have it all. Your home for Molloy College men's and women's basketball is right here on www.molloylions.com.
East Village Green Deli and Caterers is a proud sponsor of Molloy Athletics. Owner Richie DeSantis is the father of a Molloy College softball alumni and is dedicated to serving the Molloy community. Having a party or just stopping in for lunch, East Village Green Deli and Caterers offers a 10% discount with a valid Molloy ID. Visit East Village Green Deli and Caterers, 6 East Village Green in Levittown, or call 516-796-1234.
Hey, this is Charlie Marquardt, head coach of your Molloy Lions men's basketball team. Here's what's on tap for this week.
Tune in tomorrow afternoon as the Molloy Tip-Off Tournament continues with another doubleheader. First up, Jimmy Nolan and the Molloy Lions return to Quealy Gymnasium for a matchup versus Daemen. Coverage begins at 1:45 with tip-off at 2 p.m. Then Queens College will take on Post University at 4. The Molloy Tip-Off Tournament continues tomorrow, and you can hear all the action right here on your home for Molloy College Athletics, www.molloylions.com.
For more information on Molloy College Athletics, visit www.molloylions.com.
Hey, this is John Petroselli, the shooting guard of your Molloy Lions men's basketball team, and you're listening to all the action live on MolloyLions.com.
And we're back here on MolloyLions.com. Tom Verdi alongside David Ryan here from Quealy Gymnasium, just about set for tip-off right here between the Queens Knights and the Wildcats of Daemen College. The first game of 2 here in this 2012 Molloy tip-off tournament. And, of course, Molloy playing in the later game. And with that in mind, David, let's get right to the starters for this Queens team. Not seeing Abe Akonmu in the starting lineup, so it's going to be Pat Parker and Kevin Nascimento, the two main guards. George Holmes and Daniel Watson at forward, and looks like Pat Piasecki going to go a bit as the undersized center here to try to be the big man here in this lineup.
Yeah, it's a lineup that certainly is kind of unknown as how it can produce without a Akonmu. So, it'd be interesting to see the first couple minutes how they come out.
And for this Daemen team, it was a question whether or not the shooting guard Casey Sheehan was going to be able to go, but he is. So it will be Mark Coppola at point guard, Sheehan at the 2. And at the 3, Kadeem Johnson, Jim Regan at power forward, and Gerald Beverly at center. Pretty much what we've been seeing from this team as they've rolled out to a 5-0 start here this season.
Yeah, Beverly and Johnson down low have been very good rebounding the basketball, so it's going to be key for Queens to try to negate that.
So it'll be Daemen going from right to left here in the blue tops and bottoms with the white trim and gray trim as well here. They win the opening tip. Here's the pass right wing. Dump down low now to the block. And going up and taking the foul there was Beverly. So early on going down low to Beverly to see if Queens has an answer to stop the big center.
Yeah, and he's a pretty imposing force out there, 6'7", and a big body down low. So smart for Sheehan to get it down low to him right off the bat.
So at the line is Beverly. First one is up. Off the back rim and in. So he gets the first of 2. Should mention, too, Queens going from left to right here across your computer screen in the white tops and bottoms with the blue numbers and red trim. As here's Beverly's second shot. And that one will rattle around the iron and out. So an early 1-0 lead here for Daemen. Carrying up the floor here for Queens. And going up for the layup. Big stuff there. Good attempt from George Holmes. Nice defense. And immediately running it back the other way is Coppola. Goes left side to Sheehan. Good aggressive defense there from Patrick Parker. Cutting inside. Nice dish to the block. And a big dunk there from Beverly. So twice they've gone to Beverly down low. And he's answered. A couple of points, 3-0.
I thought even Sheehan might have taken that himself, but even a wiser dump off to the big man.
Quick dish outside. Nice look from Nascimento, but unable to knock down the big shot is Parker. And a loose foul Foul, rather, going to be called here against Queens. So it will be Daemen's ball under the hoop as they get set here to inbound. Jim Regan will pass this one in. Coppola will cross the timeline here. Goes to Regan. Left-handed dribble now. Goes left wing, where it's handled by Johnson. Now goes up top, Coppola. They try to go down low for Beverly. Here comes a double team looking to strip him. Goes up hard. No foul called, and he'll lose that one out of bounds. They say last touch by Blue. Queens will take it under their hoop.
Well, the strategy is pretty evident for Daemen right now. Get it up the floor and throw it into Beverly. However guarded he is or whatever tough position he's in, they're going to try to get it to him, and so far it's really worked. On the other side, though, you can see the pressure that Daemen's giving, and it's giving Queens a little bit of trouble. They seem a little rushed on their sets.
And immediately one man always pressuring the ball as going up is Nascimento, and a big block over the top there by Beverly. He's known as a high flyer, a guy who can really come up with some big block shots, and that one actually went off of Queens' last, so a big block, and they'll get the ball.
I think Queens just needs to slow it down on offense right now and try to run some sets. Right now they're just diving at the basket, and a couple of blocks early on from Beverly.
Coppola works up top, now finds Sheehan. Looks for the three ball from the top of the key, no good. Johnson with the rebound, now dish back inside. Sheehan goes up, and this one rolls around the rim, and will be taken back here by Queens. Here's Holmes. Long outlet pass and going up, and one and the foul, but they're going to call a travel before that on Pat Piasecki. So thought he might have had a big play going for the three-point play, and instead it goes the other way with the tough travel.
Yeah, that was a great pass up to Piasecki as well. He's really running the floor nicely, but took too many steps.
So here is Coppola with the ball for the Wildcats of Daemen. Quick pass to Sheehan. Works around the pick from Beverly up top. Looking to get free, dances away from his man, goes up hard, and draws the foul. So rather they're going to call this one back for a charge. So thought it might be a blocking foul. Instead, it's going to be a charge there against Sheehan. He can't believe it. He was at the line ready to take his shots.
The call was a little confusing by the referee. First it seemed like he called the block, but charges the call.
And the high-pressure defense, so Queens will lob this one all the way down the floor where it is handled by Holmes. Goes up, no good. The rebound, Piasecki, and he is fouled there. Looks like this one may be on Beverly, and so they're going to get him on that one. Piasecki here will go to the line. Last season, a 64% free throw shooter.
Like what I've seen from him so far, really running the floor and giving a lot of energy to the Queens team despite not producing on the scoreboard as of yet.
So here's Piasecki at the line. And the first one rattles in and out, so still a 3-0 lead for Daemen here. 17:52 left in this first half. And for Piasecki, was a good high school player, all-league, Nassau-Suffolk All-Star Game attendee. And certainly a guy who can clean the glass and get up and down the floor. As his second shot is good, so he finally gets Queens on the board. This one now 3-1. And immediately Daemen will look to run up the floor, and drawing the foul there is Coppola. So that one is going to go against Nascimento. And head coach Kirk Pepanakis not so happy about that one. We should mention both of these coaches long tenured. Pepanakis in his 18th season. And meanwhile, for this Daemen team, Don Silveri, 24th season, has been a long-time mainstay behind the bench at Daemen.
Yeah, both of these coaches really have cemented a good legacy. And Pepanakis following Norm Roberts at Queens, and that's a guy, if you're going to learn from, that's one of the best.
Roberts, of course, went on to take a head coaching job at St. John's before numerous big-time assistant coaching jobs after that. As right now it is Queens here with the ball. And controlling is quick pass down low, taken away, and a big rebound there from Beverly.
Nikovic couldn't finish there, and that one you got to really clean up right there. He had a good look at it.
Pass left wing now goes back up top, where Coppola will control here. Tries to spin around his man. Good defense from Nascimento. Now they go Beverly. They give him the three. He doesn't want to shoot that one. Now they'll go back to Coppola left wing. Quick pass up top and driving down low right side. The new player just checked into the game. That one goes in and out. And immediately running the floor back the other way is Queens. Going up for the tough layup and knocking it down is Patrick Parker. So a big one there for Parker as he will get the point. And it is now 3-3, 16:51 to go. Alvin Satrum with the ball. He's the one that's recently checked into the game for Queens. He'll run it up top at the point, calling for the screen. Now the ball goes right side. Quick jumper there from Kadeem Johnson. He knocks it down, so good range there from Johnson, knocking down the 18-footer, and it's 5-3 Daemen.
Yeah, it was a good shot by him right off the screen and no hesitation either.
And almost a travel there against Nascimento. Instead, he was able to find Nikovic and just unable to knock that one down, wind up going up the front rim. And I guess it didn't take too long for Queens coaches have to decide Nikovic was the man. He had to go inside to match up with Beverly. As they find Beverly left side, not too much range there, finding that one just away from the left block and no good. And Nascimento will drive the other way, goes up. Hard play, took a bump, and still able to knock that one down. So Nascimento ties this one up at 5-5.
An extremely tough play and good hesitation.
As we come back the other way, and Kadeem Johnson goes up and gets it and a foul. So Johnson will go to the line for a 3-point play. He's got 4 straight points now for this Daemen team. They lead 7-5, looking to go up 3.
Yeah, he can give them a lift, and some of these taller players giving Queens a lot of trouble on both ends of the floor. You see it on the defensive end. Jim Regan playing some good defense and making it tough for the guards of Queens to get inside, and they've had really work for every look they've had.
Abe Akanmu and Patrick Modzelowski will check into the game here for Queens. And checking in for Daemen will be Jordan Green, sophomore forward. He will replace Beverly. So here is Nascimento, finds Akanmu, as we mentioned, an all-rookie team player. Hasn't played much this early season. He quick drive, pull up at the foul line. That one is short. And now they look to run back the other way. Daemen, here's Satrum, pulls up from 3. That one goes back iron, no good. Pulled down, and back we come the other way. A furious pace here. Nascimento, quick move inside, goes up, and he gets fouled. So Nascimento will go to the line. Queens trails 3-8-5 here, and as we said, David, a blistering back and forth pace here.
Yeah, it's kind of what we expected, especially with Daemen and their high-powered offense, and Queens is trying to counter that as much as they can. Every time they get the ball, they're running up the floor, and they still haven't been able to get too many clean looks out of that, though.
So Nascimento puts the ball up, goes in and out. Tough break there for him. And last year, averaging 5.9 points, just over 5 assists, and nearly 2 steals as a sophomore at Genesee Community College. So one of these JUCO transfers, and he knocks down the second shot here to cut it to 2. Here is Satrum, gets the ball right wing here. Now we'll go up top to Coppola. Coppola stands at just 5'7", but he has been an excellent player, averaged over 5 assists a game last season. As they swing it to Satrum right side. Now they throw the ball inside, and a foul is going to be called here against Queens. That one's going to be called against Modzelowski for the foul there on Jim Regan. And now Regan is the biggest target on the floor, so he's the guy inside. Sets the screen there for Coppola, who catches the inbound. Now goes left side for Satrum. Satrum, right corner, Coppola. Now go down low. Going up and unable to put that one down is Daemen, and the rebound pulled down by Queens, and they get the loose ball foul. So a tough one there for Jordan Green. Had the ball low block and just couldn't put it home.
Yeah, the sophomore couldn't convert, and great ball movement, though, by Daemen, even though they didn't get the basket, really moving it all around, and player doesn't stay in any player's hands for too long. It's in and out very quickly, makes it tough to defend.
So Nascimento will bring the ball up with pressure from Coppola, as he has been doing all game. Now gets across the timeline. Good crossover dribble. Now cuts from the right elbow, and he knocks this one down. Kevin Nascimento knocks it down, ties this game up at 8, 14:50 to go in the first half.
Nascimento's got 5, and he's going to be one of the main offensive options. He can create off the dribble like you saw there. Needs to keep doing that.
Coppola goes left side for Green. Now it's Uche Agbana fresh into the game. Agbana goes hard to the rim, but puts this one off back iron. No good. Big rebound by Queens. They quickly come back the other way. Quick dish for Pat Parker, and that one goes off for him, and a loose ball foul is going to be called here again against Queens. This one's going to go against Modzelowski, and that's his second already, so we'll have to check out of the game here. Rechecking back into the game is Pat Piasecki.
Wasn't a great shot by Pat Parker. Little quick trigger, I thought. He can hit it, but I think you need to run the offense a little bit.
And at a certain point, Dave, that's maybe the best way to take this Daemen team out of their offense is to maybe get some long possessions. As here is Satrum, goes to Coppola. Working up top, one-on-one against Akanmu. Now we'll go right side for Regan. Over to Agbana, now back to Capola. Quick pass for Green from 3, and this one goes front rim and then off the backboard and out. Akanmu pulls down the rebound, and he'll run it here. Akanmu, spin move, good strip by Capola, one back by Piasecki. Now goes back to Akanmu. The jumper from just inside the 3-point arc, and that one goes down. So Akanmu gives Queens their first lead of the game here. It's 10-8, 13:45 to go first half.
Lucky roll for Akanmu there, and he's not afraid to shoot it either. He's been very active since coming in.
Here's Regan, goes left side. Capola drives left baseline, and a foul is going to be called here against Queens. So this one is going to be called here against Luke Mercurio here of Queens, a freshman guard out of Hampton Bays. And it didn't really look like too much contact there, David.
No, I didn't see a ton, but Capola, he's just a quick, shifty character driving the lane, and might get some of those calls.
I think that's what Kirk Peck-Panakis is saying to the referee right in front of us here, Mel Chedham. Also Doug Abrahamian, the main guy, Billy Ettinger also there, as off the inbound, Daemen can't convert, so back comes Queens. Here's Parker, drives left baseline under the hoop, goes for the reverse layup that was stripped away by Agbana, and now it's stripped back by Parker, but unable to keep that one in with the dive. And this one will be Daemen ball under the hoop.
Got to like the effort from Patrick Parker, the junior out of Queens, New York, and that's the kind of stuff you got to do if you want to win ball games. I thought on that drive, though, he probably should have passed that ball. He tried to go up and under, but he was in among the trees, and that's tough to convert like that.
As here's Capola, crosses the timeline. He's calling out the offense. 13-10 left in the first half. Goes to Agbana, drives hard to the lane, and he gets called for the charge. And Dave, once you leave your feet and you make that contact, you're going to get called for the charge every time.
Yeah, that was a pretty easy call right there. Agbana just a little out of control, needs to calm down. He has physical skills, but you can't just barrel into somebody like that.
So Agbana and Green will check out of the game. Checking back in will be Beverly, as well as Aaron Davis here for Daemen. Here is Akamu, working against Capola. Crosses half court, now drives right side, goes up with the jumper off the backboard, no good. And now running back the other way is Davis. Goes up hard, and he gets a foul. So Davis checks fresh into the game, makes a good charge towards the hoop, and he draws the contact.
And he had no numbers, nobody on either side of him, but just decided to take it himself and got the foul out of that. So good aggressive play from Davis, the sophomore.
Davis out of North Tonawanda, New York. First shot is up off the back rim, no good. Last year battled an Achilles injury for a lot of the season. Played in 25 games, but really that limited his minutes, and is called by Silveri the team's top jump shooter, so certainly does have the capability to make an impact here in this game and for the season for this Daemen team.
Free throw shooting is not exactly been on display here early on. You see another miss there.
As he'll miss both, and you're absolutely right about that. Both teams giving away some easy points, and this one remains 10-8 in favor of Queens with 12:40 left to go in the first half. Here's Akanmu, drives against Capola. Now he's going to get called for using that arm. So an offensive foul against Akanmu. And this one will be Daemen ball here on the near side.
I think Queens is fortunate to be in the position they're in so far. They haven't played especially well. A lot of little mistakes like that, offensive fouls, and not finishing easy baskets down at the rim. So if they could tighten up, they could certainly be in a better spot in this game.
George Holmes will check into the game, replacing DeJuan Gray. As here is Capola working for Daemen. Goes right to Satram. Satram now will drive left side. Throws the floater up off the rim. No good. Taken down Holmes. And he'll cross midcourt. Holmes. Nice crossover. Takes the contact. Goes up. Can't finish it, but he'll go to the line and shoot two.
Don Silveri for Daemen wanted the travel call down there. He's not going to get it. I thought it was a good move by Holmes to get to the rim.
And Silveri is going to call the timeout here with his team trailing 10-8 in this game. And for this Daemen team, a high-powered offense, but spent the last couple of minutes without putting any points on the board.
Yeah, it's kind of been a struggle for them, and I think that certainly they have played Canadian teams and come here play Queens Division II. It's certainly a little bit of a wake-up call, but their offense it's ready to explode at any time. So I think Queens, they have to keep defending and they're doing a decent job of that. But I think both teams have also missed some easy baskets as well. Could be some jitters early on.
And I guess another question could be for this Daemen team is, went to Beverly early on, looked like Queens didn't have an answer for him. He came out of the game, now he's back in. Will we see them go back to Beverly, try to use that size advantage? Really a very tough matchup for this Queens team.
Yeah, I think that's something they definitely have to do. He was very effective first couple of minutes, and since then kind of been neutralized out of the game as well. But, you know, when you have a height advantage in this game, I think you really have to use it and exploit it when you can, because even if you don't get easy baskets, you can get fouls, go to the line. And like I said, neither team has been great at that, but when they rack up, it really has an effect.
And so here is Holmes. He's able to knock down the first one. So an 11-8 lead now for Queens. And Holmes, the Suffolk Community College transfer, formerly of Longwood High School, originally out of Coram, New York. And he will knock down the second one. So the first 2 of 2, if I'm not mistaken, here from the line that we've seen all day. And Holmes gives Queens a 4-point lead, just over 12 to go in the first half. Here is the pass, left wing, controlled here by Daemen. Now the pass goes right wing for Coppola. Coppola back to Davis up top. Left side, Satram goes down low. Regan up with the left hand, lays it off the window, and good. Cuts it to 12-10 here.
Holmes kind of overplayed that defensively, tried to go for the steal and ended up leaving an easy lane for Regan to dive into.
Here's a quick dish outside. Holmes takes a step in and knocks down the jumper. Big one there from Holmes and restores the 4-point lead. Here's Regan up top, goes left side for Satram, works around a screen. Now tries to find Coppola. Good takeaway originally, and now a backcourt violation called on Satram. Made a diving play, but it was a nice defensive effort there from Queens to force the strip up top.
Yeah, it kind of airmailed that pass there, and it was easily read by the defense, and then Satram sitting right on the line get called for the over and back. So tough break for Daemen, and Queens is playing very well right now, have a lot of energy, and George Holmes is giving them a lift.
And Holmes now, as you mentioned, it will check out of the game, and re-entering the game will be Nascimento. As right now it is Pat Parker, drives right side, looking to get a little separation. Got to watch that 5-second, and he winds up giving this one away. Driving back the other way is Davis, drives up hard, and he will draw the foul. So tough collision there. Both players going pretty speedy, and it's going to be Nascimento who will again get called for the foul, and Aaron Davis now going to the line to shoot two.
Been pretty pleased with Davis and what he's been able to give. Runs the floor with reckless abandon out there, but he's gotten to the line a couple of times.
As the first one goes off of the back line and no good. And checking back into the game will be Holmes for Queens. He'll replace Akanmu. So now the second of 2 from Davis. And that one's good. So it is now 14-11 here. Holmes crosses midcourt. 25 on the shot clock. Holmes spin, nearly strips. Good recovery. Now comes back inside. Dishes left side for Parker. Good defense up top. Piasecki, and he knocks down the long jumper. That one just on the arc, and he's able to knock that one down, puts Queens back up 5.
That's a very tough shot for Piasecki, and really a good basket.
As Beverly goes up once, didn't go, got his own rebound, went up again, and draws the foul. And the foul is going to be called here on number 20. That's Daniel Watson for this Queens team. And DeJuan Gray looks set to check back in here. But that's more of what we saw early on from Daemen. Going inside to Beverly, who again got his own offensive rebound and wound up drawing the contact on the second one.
Shooting percentages for both these teams have been really below their averages. 23% for Daemen and 28% for Queens. And Daemen's averaged over 50% shooting first 5 games. So it's been a vast departure from that.
As here is Beverly able to knock down the first one. So they trail 16-12. Now Ogbonna will check back into the game for Regan. And Beverly now again at the line here to shoot his second after knocking down the first one. This one is up off front rim and back rim before coming out, so Daemen still trails by 4 here. 10.5 to go in the first half. Nascimento, nice crossover. Now drives left side. Stop and go. Couple of pivots, and he draws the push foul. This one's going to go, I believe, against Davis. And doesn't look like Silveri rather is too happy about that call. Pacing the line right now.
Yeah, he almost lost his footing there and was lucky to get the foul out of it and just threw the ball up against the free throws. And, occasionally some of the guards for this Queens team have just been dribbling too much and not enough passing going on.
As here's Nascimento in the 1-and-1. And he knocks this one down, so he will shoot another here. Queens up 17-12. And now a late sub coming over. Nascimento will knock down the second one. And checking back into the game will be Mercurio. He'll replace number 4, Patrick Parker. And now it looks like Queens going to come with some high-pressure defense here. Nascimento on Coppola all the way in the backcourt. Coppola crosses the timeline, and he is fouled. So a tough one there on Nascimento.
Yeah, he was trying his hardest to not commit the foul, had the hands up, but a little too much contact there.
And so for Nascimento, his second. And Coppola will go to the line. He'll shoot, and he knocks down the first one. Cuts it now to an 18-13 lead here for Queens.
There's a first point for Coppola.
And Coppola wasn't exactly racking up the points last year as this one goes in and out on the second attempt. Just 2.8 points per game, but again, 6.8 assists per game, and that's really his job, the ball handler, the assist man for this Daemen team as he helps to come up with a strip here. Here is Coppola running down the court. Now a quick pass right side. The jumper from three-point. That one is no good from Troy Nowak. And we'll go up off the shot clock, so out of bounds. And Queens here will take over.
Nowak 2 of 6 this year from beyond the arc, and neither team has hit a three-pointer yet in this game, which is very surprising. And Daemen especially, they hit 33 threes through the first 5 games.
And Nowak, the junior from Orchard Park, has been a key reserve guard off the bench the past 2 years. Hasn't been able to really crack the lineup, but now an offensive foul is going to be called here against Queens. So that's going to be a tough one against DeJuan Gray. And you can see Daemen's bench really got up, trying to, I guess, inspire some of their teammates on the floor there with some good cheering from the bench.
And that was Coppola who took the charge, and he can really do it all. He's really a pest out there, one of those point guards you never want to go up against because they just wear you out all game long.
And so here is Coppola. Drives left side now, kicks out to the top of the key for Agbana. He'll leave it here for Nowak. Now Davis, top of the key. Thought about taking the 3, 15 on the shot clock. Here's Coppola. He'll bring it back out, calm things down, looks for the screen. Now drives left side. Coppola goes up with the lay-in, and that was good. A bit unconventional, but he gets it off the window and in.
He thought he was going to have somewhere to pass it to, but when he was in midair and didn't, he just kind of had to throw it up with the offhand and was able to get it to fall.
So cuts the lead to 3. Here's Queens. Driving inside is Gray. Puts up the jumper after the spin. No good. Beverly with the rebound. Now Coppola will push it. Goes to Nowak to kick it across the floor for Davis from deep. That one is off. Back rim. No good. Nowak last touch by Blue. It will be off Nowak. So Queens ball under the hoop here on the left side.
3-point shooting struggles continue for Daemen. And they've had open looks too. That one was open as well, but they just haven't been able to find the bottom of the net there. And I think once they do, it'll open up their offense a lot more. And they're still only down 3, so I think they should keep trying to find that shot.
Sheehan and Regan check back into the game, replace Davis and Nowak for Daemen. As now they go to the zone. Good ball movement and a big block inside there by Uche Agbana. So that one will go out. Will stay Queens ball. 18 left on the shot clock, but there you can see Agbana. He's lengthy and also pretty quick. Played a little wide receiver in high school. His brother actually a wide receiver at the University of Wyoming, so an athletic family. And Agbana showed, as you talked about before, some of his raw athletic potential. As here now controlling up top is Holmes. Plays a little game of catch there with Nascimento. Now Holmes with 8 on the shot clock. Drives inside, spins, cuts the ball outside. Three-pointer from deep. That one's no good from Patrick Parker. And now Daemen will run. Here's the alley-oop looking for Beverly, and Sheehan's pass off the mark actually hit the backboard. So Queens will come back the other way. It's Nascimento, goes up top. Here's a three from deep from Gray. That one's no good. Piasecki gets the rebound, and Beverly now with a big block. Here's Daemen back the other way. Sheehan, nice little stutter step move, goes up for the lay-in, and they cut this one down to 18-17 with just under 8 to go in the first half.
Sheehan's first 2, and he's been dealing with that injury and hasn't contributed a whole lot, but showed the nice moves there. And again, the transition defense, not good for Queens right now, and you saw it right there. They've not been quick to get back a whole lot.
You mentioned the injury to Sheehan. Wearing a brace on that right knee was described as a right MCL injury. As here is Nascimento with a jumper from the top of the key, no good. He gets his own rebound though, kicks it out now. Here's a long one from Holmes, off front iron, and Beverly will pull down the board. Pushes to Sheehan. Here's Sheehan, goes left side for Agbana. Little pro hop into the lane and then drops that one down. So Agbana gets on the board here and gives Daemen the lead.
Now you're seeing a lot of different players get involved for Daemen, and I think they're starting to find out offensively how they want to play in this game.
This one is kicked outside for Gray. Nice move around Agbana. Steps inside the arc and knocks down the jumper from the right wing. Good move there with the pump fake. As Queens now will regain the lead here at 20-19. 7:05 left in the first half. Here is Coppola. He's got the ball up top, looking for some movement here from the offense. 20 left on the shot clock. Goes right side for Beverly. Not going to take that one from deep. Goes up top, Agbana. Now left wing for Coppola. Finds the pass inside for Regan. Tries the 15-footer, no good. And now Queens will come back with it. Nascimento controls. Right wing, Holmes from 3. No good. Bounces down off the rim. Piasecki up with the rebound. That putback will not go. And now Agbana will pull down the board.
Good offensive rebound, but again, can't convert from very close range.
Ball goes inside to Beverly, and he goes up with an emphatic dunk here. A little hang on the rim, but good one there from Beverly. Daemen regains the lead, 21-20.
And the defense down low, not evident on Beverly, just spun right around, and the two-hand flush.
Here's the ball left side. Going up with it was Parker, no good. The offensive rebound and a putback, no good, but I think a foul is going to be called here against Daemen, so it'll be Piasecki here to shoot, and I think they're going to get Agbana perhaps for another one. See if we can pick that up. It is going to be the second personal now on Agbana.
Well, if you're Queens, you're frustrated because you're getting a lot of good looks down low, and it just seems to be a lid on the basket, you know, at times, especially for Piasecki, who's dealt with some of that. And once you start converting some of those easy looks, it can be contagious, but right now they're not dropping.
So Piasecki will go to the line looking to convert on some easy points here. He does knock down the first one. So this game will be tied all up at 21. Of course, Piasecki had some notable battles in high school with a now NBAer from Suffolk, Tobias Harris. So those two battled it out, and just shows the kind of talented high school player Piasecki was, but hasn't really been able to quite turn that talent into becoming an elite D2 player. As he will go to the line here to shoot the second. And that one is good. So Piasecki knocks down both. They'll regain the 1-point lead, and a timeout going to be called here by Queens. So Kirk Pepanakis wants to talk things over. And David, what do you think Pepanakis is going to be saying to his team here? You just got the 1-point lead back.
Well, I think they got to start defending a little better. Last couple trips down the floor, Daemen's been able to get to the rim pretty easily, especially on the run. So really got to have better defense on that end. And offensively, still think they're taking a little too quick of shots down the floor. Try to move the ball. You can get inside. The guards have shown that, but kick it out and try to get some more open looks from deep or at least medium range, and they'll start falling. But you dive so fast inside and get it swatted away, it leads to easy transition opportunities for Daemen. That's kind of been hurting them. But if you're Queens, you got the 1-point lead. So all said, it's been a pretty good half, and you just got to find a way to get some more consistent offense on that end.
So Queens will look to as you said, at times have struggled to just put the ball in. They've had some good looks, haven't been able to do it. And for Daemen, their offense started off well, kind of found a dead spot in the middle of this first half, and now have come back, had a couple of good possessions, and Daemen's offense starting to get back on track as well.
Yeah, and they're starting to get some of their players involved. We saw Sheehan get on the board, and for him, if they can get anything out of him with that injury, it's good because he's averaged 10 points a game. And Beverly as well has got to be an offensive option for you. Seen him a couple of nice dunks and some good moves. So if you throw the ball into him, Queens doesn't really have the personnel to stop him on a consistent basis.
So now out there for Daemen, Coppola, Regan, Sheehan, Agbana, and Beverly. They will go inside to Regan, goes up with the left hand, an easy one there from inside the paint. Good one there, now up 23-22 are Daemen.
That's a great look right there, and Regan just pushed Gray right out of the way. Really no contest.
Quick pass inside and a missed shot there from Queens. Not the kind of shot they were looking for out of that timeout. Now they go left side, Agbana. Nice underneath move. And misses. Going up, getting the rebound was Beverly. He'll get the putback. And suddenly Daemen now goes up 3. Queens a bit out of control here, and a double dribble is going to be called here on Nascimento. And really for Queens, basically the exact opposite of what they wanted after a timeout.
Yeah, not good out of the timeout. And Nascimento right there, a little out of control. That's kind of been a problem for him at times during this game. Just slow things down and try to run the offense right now. But again, the post play has been an issue defensively for Queens. And Beverly and now Regan, if they can get Regan going, it's a pretty big 1-2 punch down low.
Modzelewski and Gray check out. Nikovic and Piasecki check back in, so perhaps going with both big men now are Queens to try to answer that down-low presence here of Daemen. As here's Agbana, drives hard left side, gets a tough one to go. Took some contact and knocked it down. They now lead by 5:02 to go.
Good job using the right hand. Don't think that's what he had intended, but it ended up working out for him.
Here's the quick pass inside to Nikovic. And already Nikovic is exposed. Not the best pass down low for Piasecki. And that one was taken back by Daemen, and they get the foul call.
And it was kind of a questionable pass in traffic and, easy to grab right out of the air.
And it looks like he might immediately check out here. It looks like DeJuan Gray is up. And Pepanakis obviously having some tough words here with Nikovic. Wants better out of his center. As the first one is no good. Now in the double bonus are Daemen, so Regan can't knock down the first one.
Yeah, Pepanuk is not happy at all with Nikovic in his play down low.
And Gray will check back into the game here for Piasecki. So here is the second from Regan. And this one goes back iron, so he can't convert on the double bonus opportunity. And now back come Queens the other way. Nice drive inside there from Parker, and he is fouled. Looks like it was Regan, and Regan asking the ref what he did wrong there. They're calling a body foul. What did you see there, David?
Yeah, it was definitely a foul, and for Regan, that's his second. So he's not happy with himself after that. And, that's going to be a key for the guards of Queens to get inside and try to force the issue on some of the bigs. That to me is the biggest matchup for the rest of the game.
So Parker will knock down the first one here. And for Parker, an impressive season last year at Alfred State, a first-team all-region player there in the National Junior College ranks. Averaged 18.3 points a game, over 6 rebounds and 3 assists as well as he knocks this one down. Cuts the lead now down to 27-24. And meanwhile, DeJuan Gray will check out of the game and be replaced by Daniel Watson. Here's Coppola, crosses midcourt, goes right side for Sheehan, now he'll get it back. Left corner for Agbana, down low to Beverly, the help defense arrives, kick it out to Coppola, now right wing Sheehan. Drives, gets the ball back from the top, fires a deep 3, off back rim, no good. And last touch by Coppola, tried to hustle this one out, and again went up off him, so Queens will inbound on the far side.
Pretty good defensive possession by Queens. They went to the zone, and they're going to try that to neutralize the inside, and got to try to shoot over the top of it, but the threes aren't falling for Daemen right now, or Queens for that matter. Neither team has made one yet.
Here's a drive inside from Nascimento. The kick out to Parker, and he is fouled on the way up. So this one is going to go against Sheehan. Called for the grab, and so Parker will go to the line again after just knocking down a couple of free throws. Chance to cut it to as little as 1 point here. They trail 27-24 with 4:07 to go first half. So Parker takes a good long look at the rim. First one is up and good. And the free throws, which weren't falling earlier, now are falling a little bit better for both teams here.
Yeah, percentages are up a little bit. They were pretty bad earlier, but the stat that jumps out at me is the rebounds that they favored Queens so far, and you'd think with the size that Daemen possesses, it would be the other way around, and that's enabled Queens to really hang around.
So Parker does knock down both, cuts it to 27-26, under 4 to go now in this first half. Capola will control up top, 20 on the shot clock, finds Satram left side. The ball inside now to Agbana. Nice move inside, and Agbana with the turnaround floater restores a 3-point lead for the Wildcats.
Tough shot, 6 for Agbana, and he's great at hanging in the air and making those tough leaners.
Nice drive inside by Nascimento. Won't go. Beverly pulls it down, but now they're going to say last touched off of Beverly and out of bounds. So Queens will retake the ball here underneath.
It's tough for Beverly. He had that rebound and just lost it out of bounds.
So here's Nascimento. Agbana trying to play the ball. He's lanky there. Nice bounce pass inside to Nikovic. Kicks it out left side. Now they go back down low. Nascimento's at the left block. Drives inside left elbow. Now cuts it back outside. They go left corner here for Parker. Drives baseline. Tries to kick it all the way up. And Satram picks it off. Finds Capola. Driving left side. Left-handed layup. And that one is good off the window. 31-26. Daemen leads. Here is Nascimento. He'll control up top against Satram in the 2-3 zone. Here is Nascimento. Little shimmy. Now we'll pass inside to Nikovic. And Nikovic having a tough day. Taken away again. This time Regan. Home run pass for Satram. He left it for Agbana. And the foul called here against Nikovic. And I got to say, I don't think that was a great call. I thought Nikovic won the ball cleanly.
Yeah. I think that one maybe could have gone either way. But for Satram, I thought didn't need to make that extra pass at where he was on the floor. Just go up, you get the foul yourself. It ended up working out, but it was a good outlet to him. I mean, really hit him in stride.
Excellent look there was from Regan. And so Agbana here will go to the line to shoot 2. And the first one is good. So he'll put Daemen up 6 here, 32-26 with 2:58 to go in the first half. Checking back into the game for this Queens team is DeJuan Gray. He'll replace Daniel Watson, who we haven't seen much of in this game, as Agbana now will knock down the second. And it is now a 33-26 lead here.
Agbana has had a real good game, and he's averaged 15 points a game so far, but only played in 3 out of the first 5. And he's obviously a big offensive option. And really, this whole Daemen team, 5 players, averaging double figures. So they really spread it around, and they've started to find their way here in this game.
As here's the dish left corner for Nascimento. Now goes for Gray up top. Finds Holmes, drives inside, double team, strip, but got it back. Now 8 on the shot clock. Nascimento left corner 3 ball, no good. Beverly will pull this one down in traffic. Dish to Capola, nice outlet for Satram. Took it down on the bounce pass. Great block by Nikovic. Back the other way come Queens. It's Pat Parker, drives inside. Now got in trouble up in the air. Dish down low for Nikovic. The turnaround jumper, no good. And Daemen will run the other way.
And Parker was lucky he didn't turn it over. The person he tried to pass it to wasn't there when he got up in the air.
Capola for 3, back iron, no good. Nascimento back the other way. Nice move into the lane, up, gets it, and the foul. Nascimento, big one there for Queens. Cuts it to 5. He'll have a chance to cut it down to 4.
If he makes the free throw of 10 points, be the first double-figure scorer of the evening, and some real shifty moves there. Faking out the defenders and getting up in the air, converting with the foul. He could play a little more like that as opposed to the couple of turnovers we've seen from him early on. Give the Knights a big lift.
So we'll see if Nascimento can complete the 3-point play here. Free throw is up and good. So they trailed 4 here, 33-29. A minute 55 to go, first half. Coppola calls out the offense. Now he'll go left side for Satrum. Thought about the 3. Now they work it right side. Try to go back up top for Coppola. Almost taken away, but they get it back. The baseline drive, now the kick out for Satrum, up top for Coppola. Now Jordan Green controls right wing, 10 on the shot clock. Skip pass, finds Satrum, the three-pointer in and out. Tough one, wouldn't go, getting the rebound and unable to get it to go. Regan another one, so 3 chances and couldn't convert for Daemen. Perhaps a big swing for Queens.
I think Holmes deflected that a bit. A good job to stop the easy look.
Now the pass inside for DeJuan Gray, and he knocks that one down. The freshman out of Amityville, New York, all Long Island at Amityville last year. Number 62 New York State recruit out of Max Preps.
And they got Don Silveri on a technical. Not sure what he said. Didn't seem to be that animated either, but obviously a referee down there, I believe that's Mel Chetham, saw enough and hit him up with the tee.
And it's interesting, the Queens players on the floor shooing their players who were coming over from the bench. They thought a timeout was called. They didn't want to get called there for having their whole team out there on the floor.
Yeah.
So in the end, it will be a technical, and it will be Patrick Parker here to shoot the technical free throw. And it comes at an important time in this game here with want to take that lead into halftime, and right now the lead is at 2. And Parker able to cut it to 1 here, and with a chance to tie the game and get the ball back here for Queens. Parker's second is good, so he will tie the game. And it's going to be Regan to inbound here with 1:08 left on the clock in the first half. So referee is conversing. Looks like a clock adjustment is coming here. Perhaps a shot clock issue.
Yeah, nobody too pleased with the delay, but seems to have sorted it out.
And we get restarted here. Satrum controlling for Daemen. Plays a little game of catch with Coppola. Now goes back to Coppola left side. The pass to Regan from the left side goes in and out, no good. Loose ball on the ground, big rebound Parker. Now finds Nascimento. 45 on the game clock. Parker from 3, and he knocks it down. First three-pointer of the game, and Patrick Parker gives Queens a 3-point lead, 36-33.
It's 10 for Parker. He's contributed in a big way, and that's a big 3 with less than a minute to go.
6-second differential between game clock and shot clock. 27 left on the game clock. Pass goes down low to Beverly. Here comes the help. Beverly spin, floats it in with the right hand. And this one is now a 36-35 game in favor of Queens. They'll hold here for the last shot. 15 ticks to go first half. So it's Nascimento, controls up top, down to 8. Left side, Holmes. We're down to 5. 4 seconds now. The ball goes up top. Three-pointer from Parker, top of the key, no good. Pulled down by Beverly. And that's how the first half will end. Queens with the 36-35 lead. They take a late comeback to take a 1-point lead here into the break.
That was interesting first half. Queens came out and kind of weathered the storm of ineffective play from both sides, had a lead, and then Daemen came back, got their offense going a little bit, but in the end, Queens was a little more aggressive at the end and got that big 3 from Parker. He was a big contributor in the first half, so I think they feel fortunate to have a lead at the half, but if they want to win the game, they got to shore a couple of things up, certainly.
Plenty more to come. Upcoming here in the Molloy Lions halftime show. That's coming up next right here on MolloyLions.com.
Casey's Kitchen and Cocktails is a proud sponsor of Molloy Athletics. Looking for great food near campus? Casey's is open 7 days a week for dinner with plenty of salads, sandwiches, and entrees to choose from. Casey's is also open for lunch Thursday through Sunday and for Sunday brunch. On the go, takeout is available, plus on-site and off-premises catering to suit all of your catering needs. Plus, at Casey's, get 10% off with a valid Molloy ID. All at Casey's Kitchen and Cocktails, 1223 North Park Avenue in Rockville Center.
Hey, this is Charlie Marquardt, head coach of your Molloy Lions men's basketball team. Here's what's on tap for this week.
Tune in tomorrow afternoon as the Molloy Tip-Off Tournament continues with another doubleheader. First up, Jimmy Nolan and the Molloy Lions return to Quealy Gymnasium for a matchup versus Daemen. Coverage begins at 1:45 with tip-off at 2 p.m. Then Queens College will take on Post University at 4. The Molloy Tip-Off Tournament continues tomorrow, and you can hear all the action right here on your home for Molloy College Athletics, www.molloylions.com.
For more information on Molloy College Athletics, visit www.molloylions.com.
East Village Green Deli and Caterers is a proud sponsor of Molloy Athletics. Owner Richie DeSantis is the father of a Molloy College softball alumni and is dedicated to serving the Molloy community. East Village Green Deli and Caterers has 42 years of deli and catering experience, bringing an old-fashioned deli to the heart of Levittown. Freshly made salads, freshly cooked roast beef and turkey, and catering and backyard barbecue that are second to none. They also deliver anywhere on the island, from Montauk to Manhattan. Having a party or just stopping in for lunch, East Village Green Deli and Caterers offers a 10% discount with a valid Molloy ID. Stop in and try a daily special or bring home a dinner plate for just $6.99. Visit East Village Green Deli and Caterers, 6 East Village Green in Levittown, or call 516-796-1234.
It's that time of year, Molloy fans. Basketball is back. Join us right here on MolloyLions.com for every dunk, bounce pass, three-pointer, and more throughout the season. Live broadcasts of every home game, stats, game previews, recaps, and analysis. We have it all. Your home for Molloy College men's and women's basketball is right here on www.MolloyLions.com.
MolloyLions.com is your official broadcast home for Molloy College Athletics. Hear all the exciting action of every Molloy Lions game live right here on MolloyLions.com. Remember, your home for Molloy College Athletics is www.MolloyLions.com.
Hey, this is Cassie Palmer.
Hey, this is Dan Brown.
Hey, this is Sammy Saad, midfielder of your Molloy Lions women's soccer.
Taken back now by Saad in the midfield. Saad fires it forward. Goalkeeper off the line, and it's in the back of the net. Sammy Saad from 35 yards out.
Hey Molloy fans, hungry for more analysis after every Molloy Lions win? Be sure to stay tuned for the East Village Green Deli and Caterers postgame show following every broadcast. Stats, analysis, interviews with coaches and players, and much more. It's the East Village Green Deli and Caterers postgame show, right here on your home for Molloy College Athletics, www.MolloyLions.com.
William J. Schwartz Physical Therapy and Pro Sports Care of Long Island is a proud sponsor of Molloy Athletics. William J. Schwartz Physical Therapy and Pro Sports Care of Long Island is a full-service sports injury center for rehabilitation, strength and conditioning, and sports enhancement training. William J. Schwartz has 17 years of experience with athletes. Call 516-798-9605 for more information.
MolloyLions.com is your official online home for Molloy College Athletics. Game recaps, highlights, stats, exclusive stories and interviews, and much, much more. All on your online home for Molloy College Athletics, www.MolloyLions.com.
Jake's Steakhouse is a proud sponsor of Molloy Athletics. Come down to Jake's Monday through Friday from 3 to 7 p.m. and Sundays from 12 to 7 p.m. for happy hour. $4 mixed drinks, $4 select domestic beers, $5 select house wines by the glass, and $5 select craft beers. Spend your next happy hour with Jake's, 2172 Hempstead Turnpike in East Meadow.
Hey, this is Jimmy Nolan, point guard of your Molloy men's basketball team, and you're listening to all the action live on MolloyLions.com.
And we're back here on the Molloy Lions halftime show right here on MolloyLions.com. Tom Brady here alongside my color man for tonight's tournament, David Ryan. And David, an interesting first half between these two teams, Daemen and Queens, and all wound up with Queens coming back, taking a late charge, and wound up taking a 36-35 lead into the halftime break.
Yeah, they were able to get it together, and they got 10 points from Dijon Gray. He gave them a lift, and 11 from Patrick Parker. Those were kind of the two guys that had the most consistency, because you saw, at least in the beginning stages of the first half, a lot of uneven play from both sides, some bad free throw shooting and bad three-point shooting, and that kind of lasted whole first half. Only 1 3 from either side. It came from Queens, and teams combined 1 of 17 from beyond the arc, so it's something we didn't expect to see, but Queens did a good job at the end. Being the aggressor on offense. If they can continue to do that, I think they can come away with the win.
And for this Queens team, I think sometimes it's been a bit of a concern in this game trying to match Daemen's tempo, and sometimes it looks like their guards are just dribbling a bit out of control down at the other end, but still, as you mentioned, found a way to turn that into at least getting to the line, being very efficient there. 15 of 17 from the stripe. I think it's been a big key for this Queens team.
Yeah, it is big. Getting the line 17 times and a half, that's a recipe for success, and to get there despite 9 turnovers is certainly good for them, good sign for them. I thought also their rebounding was very good. 27-22, they had the edge on the glass, and despite not having a size advantage most times down the floor. So they're able to continue that. That could mean good things for them. And I think for Daemen, they could continue to use some of that size down low. They used it for spurts, but kind of got away from it in that middle part of the half, and that's, that coincided with them not being able to score.
Yeah, you mentioned it for Daemen, a lot of size down low, and already a double-double for Gerald Beverly. 11 rebounds in that first half to go along with 10 points, and they really used him a lot early down low, then kind of got away from it, then started to go back to him down low, because so far Queens hasn't really been able to find any one man to stop him, so it looks like they've been going with some team help defense just to try to keep a lid on Beverly.
Yeah, they've tried to go to the zone as well, which is I think worked to some extent, but you're right, down low, it's they don't have one person to stop Beverly, and even Kadeem Johnson, he was pretty quiet in that first half, only 5 points, but he's another guy who couldn't really explode at any time. So I think, offensively for Daemen, got to throw the ball in down low and run the floor like they've been doing, and then they'll be able to, I think, put more points up on the board.
I think another guy we could talk about for this Daemen team, Uche Agbana, pretty nice first half. Did come up with 8 points, 2 of 2 from the line, and 3 for 5 from the field. He's got some size. He's got the ability to drive inside. There's a lot of different ways that Uche Agbana can hurt you, and he showed some of them there in that first half.
Yeah, he had a couple of real tough shots at high speeds and had to rearrange his hands, change in the air, and he's very good at that. So I think if they can find him in transition, he could be a dangerous weapon for them. Their outside shooting, though, has really abandoned them. 0 of 8 from beyond the arc, and that's not really their game. So I think some of these guys need to keep shooting it, because that's the only way you're going to get yourself out of a funk. And as you can see or watch these guys warming up, they have guys who can shoot from distance and even beyond that. So I think that's a part of the game for Daemen that they're going to look to get back on track.
Now, for this Daemen team, you mentioned not the best shooting team, so I guess does that leave them really out of options in terms of changing their offense? They're going to stick to that transition offense, that run and gun, because of their inability to knock down shots in the set.
Yeah, I think running is going to have to be their main goal, and getting to the line off of that. Got to the line 16 times, but only made 7 of them, so they have to improve in that area, because they're getting to the stripe. They just have to start converting, but running is something they're going to have to do, and I think the Queens transition defense didn't play very well in that first half, and they have some speed on their team, Queens does, but getting back and having disciplined transition defense is something they're still kind of lagging behind in.
Yeah, that's a good point you make about the charity stripe there. Even if they had gone 9 of 16 from the line, which is not anything to write home about, would have taken at least a 1-point lead here into the halftime break. So they're doing a nice job getting to the line, but it just got to do a better job of taking some of those easy points, I guess, away here to get some separation in this game.
Yeah, every point counts, and a couple of looks down low could have gone the other way for the Wildcats as well. So they're right in it. There's no reason for them to panic or start trying to do things that they're not used to doing. But just a little more execution, and they'll be right there in this game.
And finally, Dave, I'm going to ask you for your keys to the second half for each of these teams. I guess we'll start first here with Queens.
For Queens, I think defending the post has to be number one priority, and then offensively, trying to slow things down. You're right there. You have the 1-point lead, so slow things down, try to run your sets and get a quality shot every time down the floor. I think a couple times they really settled for some bad shots in that first half and turned the ball over 9 times. So I think if you slow it down, you'll cut down on the turnovers, and you'll be able to run better offense. And for Daemen, I think their keys is keep shooting. You had some open shots beyond the arc. If they can keep shooting them, some of them will find bottom of the net, and they'll be able to keep going on their offense and then keep running as well, pushing the pace. That's what they do best, and if they can do that, they'll get to the line, but you got to execute there once you get there.
All right, there you have it, David Ryan's keys to the second half. We'll be back with the second half right after a short break. You're listening to the Molloy Tip-Off Tournament here right on MolloyLions.com.
Casey's Kitchen and Cocktails is a proud sponsor of Molloy Athletics. Casey's is open 7 days a week for dinner with plenty of salads, sandwiches, and entrees to choose from. Casey's is also open for lunch Thursday through Sunday and for Sunday brunch. On the go, takeout is available, plus on-site and off-premises catering to suit all of your catering needs. And now through October, Casey's Rooftop Bar, Rooftop 32, is open for dining. Plus, at Casey's, get 10% off with a valid Molloy ID. All at Casey's Kitchen and Cocktails, 23 North Park Avenue in Rockville Center.
MolloyLions.com is your official online home for Molloy College athletics. Game recaps, highlights, stats, exclusive stories and interviews, and much, much more. All on your online home for Molloy College athletics, www.MolloyLions.com.
MolloyLions.com, your home for Molloy College men's basketball.
Hey, this is John Petroselli.
Hey, this is Jimmy Nolan, point guard of your Molloy men's basketball team.
Tune in tomorrow afternoon as the Molloy Tip-Off Tournament continues with another doubleheader. First up, Jimmy Nolan and the Molloy Lions return to Quealy Gymnasium for a matchup versus Daemen. Coverage begins at 1:45 with tip-off at 2 p.m. Then Queens College will take on Post University at 4. The Molloy Tip-Off Tournament continues tomorrow, and you can hear all the action right here on your home for Molloy College Athletics, www.MolloyLions.com.
What deli in the area around Molloy's campus was voted to have the best potato salad by the Levittown Patch? How about best chicken wings? And Maryland crab cakes that are the talk of the town? East Village Green Deli and Caterers in Levittown is the answer. On Sundays during football season, come down to East Village Green Deli and Caterers for a special offer. A 3-foot hero potato salad, macaroni salad, and coleslaw, and half a tray of their world-famous chicken wings, all for under $100. Visit East Village Green Deli and Caterers, 6 East Village Green in Levittown, or call 516-796-1234.
Hey, this is Charlie Marquardt, head coach of your Molloy Lions men's basketball team, and you're listening to all the action live on MolloyLions.com.
And we're back here at the 2012 Molloy Tip-Off Tournament. Thanks for joining us on this Friday night here on MolloyLions.com. Tom Brady alongside my color man for tonight's couple of games, David Ryan. Of course, right now in the middle of a great one here between Daemen and Queens College. Queens with the 1-point lead, 36-35 after the first half of play. Just about set for the second half. And don't forget, coming up 8 o'clock, Molloy will take on Post in the second leg of this game, and we'll come back and give you 2 more tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a weekend full of basketball here at Molloy, but no better way to get it going.
So it has been a good first half, and it'll be Queens to start with the ball in the second half. Again, with a 1-point lead, 36-35. They're in the white tops and bottoms with the blue trim, blue numbers, and the red trim on those numbers. They'll go from right to left here. Back into the game here for Queens will be most of the original starters. Holmes, Nascimento, Parker. Piasecki is also back in the lineup. as they will go down low now. Quick pass inside, and Piasecki goes up for the easy layup. Puts Queens up here by 3, 38-35. Meanwhile, go ahead.
Piasecki had 5 in the first half, and it's good to get him an easy look right off the bat. That's a good thing to see if you're a Queens fan.
Meanwhile, for Daemen, they will come out with their original starting 5 as well. Sheehan, Coppola, Johnson, Beverly, and Regan. As here, Sheehan kicks it up top to Regan. Now 10 on the shot clock. Coppola, right side for Johnson. Now right corner. Sheehan drives inside, and that's going to be a walk. Took too many steps there, and a tough travel call against Daemen early on in the second half.
Really good zone defense there from Queens that time, and you saw Daemen trying to pass it all the way around, ended up making all the way around the floor, and could not penetrate into it.
As here is Nascimento, drives, stops at the foul line. Beverly goes up, and he's going to get called for the foul. And rising up off his bench there was Kirk Pepanakis. There was a bit of a delay on that foul call, and he was ready to give it to one of these refs.
Yeah, it wasn't called right away, and Beverly really plowed into Nascimento there, so it really had to be called either way. And I was worried there for a second it wouldn't.
And so Nascimento here will go to the line to shoot 2. Got Beverly up with a nice pump fake there and drew the foul. Hard foul he drew from Beverly, who, as you mentioned earlier, really a big boy in the center of this team at 6'7". So missing the first one is Nascimento. He'll try to knock down the second here. And he does. So exactly 1 minute into the second half, Queens has the 4-point lead, 39-35. Here's Coppola, passes across the midcourt line, right side to Sheehan, gets it back. Now goes right wing Sheehan. Up top, Coppola, left side for Johnson. Tries to skip past to Beverly, and a hold is going to be called down low there against George Holmes. And I guess at that point, Holmes, a big size mismatch, the only thing he could do was hold on to Beverly.
Yeah, Holmes trying to guard Beverly is not really fair, and he's doing his best to contain the big man, but I think that's why they're going to the zone.
They get the quick inbound. They go down low to Beverly. The turnaround jumper off the iron, no good. And so Queens will get the ball back here. It's Holmes. He'll control up top, working against the 2-3 zone here of Daemen. Goes up top for Holmes. Now into the center of that zone. Piasecki, right side. Nascimento. Goes for the skip pass. That one blocked on the way through and intercepted. Coppola back the other way. Run and gun, but the righty layup no good. Off the backboard and too strong.
Yeah, he's usually able to finish those, but just wasn't able to on that chance.
As here's the pass to Piasecki, middle of the zone. Now they go down low, left block. Going up is Parker. He is fouled. Rather, that's Daniel Watson. So Watson got his man up with the pump fake, and he'll draw the foul. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Both teams showing the zone defense here in the second half, and right now Queens doing a better job attacking it and getting the ball into the middle, first of all, and then down low like we saw there. And they just seem to be a little more acclimated to playing against.
So here's the first of 2 from Watson. That one is no good. And I think, as you said, David, and one of your keys to the second half for Queens was slowing it down. I think they've taken some more time on their offensive possessions, trying to spread the ball and get some better looks.
Yeah, it's not so out of control as it was, and that's resulted in some trips to the line, but already they've missed as many in the second half as they did all the first half. So that's not a good sign for them here early on.
And here we are just 2:02 into this second half. As here's the second one from Watson, no good off the back iron. And now a loose ball foul is going to be called against Queens.
It's on Nascimento, I believe.
And fighting for that one with another one of the Daemen players, and just wound up getting called for the foul. So it will be Daemen to inbound underneath here. Nascimento will have to check out here. As Coppola here will pass across the midcourt line to Sheehan. Ball goes left side, Agbana. Up top, Coppola. Right wing for Sheehan. Now into the middle of that zone for Agbana. Fights off a challenge. Goes up strong, rolls around the rim, no good. Still battling for the rebound. Tries to make the save, but that save needed another save, and Coppola unable to get there. Ball goes into the bleachers on that far side, and Queens will take over.
Yeah, Agbana really working hard down there and just not able to finish at the rim like he was able to in the first half.
As here's the pass for Agbana. He loses that one. and an easy layup back the other way for Coppola. So tough way for Akamu to check back into the game. A little butterfingers and an easy layup. But here is Akamu right back the other way. Drives to the center. Now goes left side. Parker with the stop. Jumper. No good. Rebound pulled down to Regan. Now a really quick outlet. Finds Sheehan in stride. He goes up for the easy layup. And a timeout called here by Queens. Pepanakis not happy. Wants to know who had Sheehan there. Allowed him to get wide open. And lays it up to tie the game here at 39.
Oh, they fell asleep on transition, and it all started with a really bad shot from Patrick Parker. Pulled up on that left baseline and just really not a good look for him. And then the defense obviously burned by Sheehan. So just not a good sequence there for Queens. And they had done a good job containing the offense so far. But with this Daemen team, you just can't fall asleep at any point. So that's something that they're going to have to really focus on, and being disciplined on their sets every time down the floor.
And for Sheehan now with 4 points on the game. Just played 7 minutes in that first half, and we talked about it, was battling an MCL injury, kept him out of the last 2 games. But decided to give it a go tonight, was in the starting lineup. And he remains here. This here is Akamu still with the ball. He's got Holmes to his right. And now we'll go left to Parker. Gets it back up top. Now to Piasecki in the middle of that zone. Piasecki makes the pass. Blocked away by Daemen, and last touch off of White. That one is clearly touched last by Parker. Looked like there was a bit of confusion for a moment. But now inbounding right in front of us here will be Regan.
Well, when you get the ball in the middle of the zone like that, like Piasecki did, you got to know where to pass it to, and there was some hesitation there, and kind of resulted in the sloppy play.
Coppola goes left side for Agbana. He knocks down the jumper from 15. Big one there from Uche Agbana, and Daemen now has the 2-point lead, 41-39.
I think that's the longest shot he's even attempted here this evening, and knocked it down nicely. Usually been working near the rim, but that was a nice shot there from Agbana.
Quick inbound here. Akanmu will control, averaged 8 points, just under 3 rebounds and 3 assists last year. Been named all-rookie team, but thus far has not looked so great tonight, and in fact wasn't even in the starting lineup. As here is Holmes controlling, kicks it out, left wing. Akanmu drives inside, left elbow, and he gets it to go. Nice little stop-and-go movement. Akanmu will knock it down, ties it at 41. Coppola will carry over. Left wing Agbana. Now right side. Finds Sheehan. They go down low to the right corner for Regan. Now back up top in the middle for Coppola. Goes back to Regan in the center. Nice little fake and puts the lefty shot off the glass and in.
Good movement without the ball for Regan, who was able to slice in.
Now Queens makes a nice pass to Watson. Up for the block was Beverly, but he's going to get called for the foul. So Beverly is that big physical presence in the middle, but that time too physical. And Watson here will go to the line to shoot 2.
And for Regan, last year he kind of played out of position at the center position. Now more of a slasher forward like you saw there, and that's what more he's suited to. And showed the nice leaner off the glass.
Most of that due in part to the emergence of Beverly last year, who of course was just a freshman last year, but named to the all-rookie team after averaging over 7 points and 3.5 boards. So he's allowed Regan to move to his more natural position and looked pretty good. A nice touch on that last 2-pointer for Daemen. As Watson here will knock down the first of 2. And checking out of the game now will be Beverly because of a couple of fouls here. And it'll be checking back into the game, Jordan Green, the sophomore out of Fort Edward, New York. Second one also good, and this game tied at 43, 15.5 to go.
Danny, it's you.
As the referee asks to have a bit of sweat mopped up off the floor right down near the right block. And now Uche Agbana will inbound here. Finds Coppola, who will walk it across the line. Right side for Green. Goes up top for Agbana, able to get around his man. Drives hard, floats one up, And that one is off the back rim, blocking foul called. And it looks like a technical may as well be called here. So Ogbonna, tough play, drew the foul. And so Akanmu is going to get charged with that one. And so we'll see what comes out of all this. I do believe, again, a technical was charged to Akanmu, it looks like.
Wow, so he picks up the personal and the technical foul all in one play. That is not good. He is frustrated, to be sure, and just not a good sequence there for Queens.
So Akanmu will have to check out here, and he'll be replaced by DeJuan Gray. And perhaps one of those cases where sometimes it's better to just say nothing at all to the refs because nothing good can come out of talking. And that was what happened for Akanmu as the first free throw is missed here by Coppola. So
free throw shooting just dreadful for Daemen, to say the least, here this evening. And when you get these technicals especially, I mean, you think they should be the easiest. Nobody standing on the line. Sometimes that kind of psychs a shooter out.
Second one from Coppola is good. So now Ogbonna will step in to shoot his 2 free throws from the earlier personal foul. And a chance to put Daemen up by 3 points here. And for Ogbonna, you know he would have loved to finish that one off and make it a chance for a 3-point play for himself. But off the back rim. First free throw is up and good.
And he was able to get so far near the rim because George Holmes again overplayed defensively at the top of the key, and Ogbonna is able to get ahead of steam towards the basket.
And that would make Ogbonna 4 for 4 now from the line. Gives Daemen the 46-43 lead. He's been their best free throw shooter on the afternoon.
He's got a game high 13.
As this ball goes right side for Holmes. Now up top, and a push-off is going to be called here against Pat Parker. And
that one I didn't see too much on outside of the normal contact that usually happens on those kind of plays. I'd have to agree with Kirk Papanakis there.
I'd have to agree. Always a little bit of a left arm going forward. You have to shield the ball, and didn't see too much of a push with the arm, but it was called, and now a walk is going to be called here against Sheehan, his second already of this half. That time just a bit too eager to get going, move the feet before he took the first dribble. So it will be Queens to inbound. And it's Patrick Parker to walk this one across the line. Parker will come left side for Holmes. And now back up top for Parker. Stops the dribble. He'll go right side now for Watson. Watson able to drive inside. Lefty layup, no good. Piasecki gets the rebound and almost pushed through the door here in the gym. As a tough battle down low there with Regan. And Piasecki gets the better of him. So Queens will inbound underneath the Daemen hoop here. Looks like it's going to be Watson waiting to get the ball from the referee here. As he's now given the okay from the ref. And Watson will pass one in quick to Piasecki. Nice move inside. Tries the pass down low for Watson. And this one will go out. Last touch by Watson. And you have to wonder why Piasecki just didn't go up with the shot.
Yeah, I think the bench for Queens muttering the same because he was right there and easy kind of float in, but just couldn't pull the trigger.
Ball goes up top for Coppola. Now right side for Sheehan here for this Daemen team. They try to switch it. Now goes back up top. Coppola, right side for Sheehan. Still working on the perimeter. And this one is touched last off of Sheehan. So a good defensive play there from Patrick Parker as Sheehan tries to claim his innocence there to the ref. But this one will come back, and even Don Silveri saying it happened right in front of me. Thought he didn't see the touch.
Good job by Parker, though, to really pester the ball handler and make it tough on him.
Here's George Holmes. Nice bounce pass right side. Parker drives right side. Off glass, off rim, no good. And so good pressure, though, made Regan force that pass to Coppola, able to complete it. Now left side for Sheehan. Dribbles inside. Left-handed layup. That one is good off the window. And it's back up to a 5-point lead here for this Daemen team. Ball goes into the middle of the zone now for Piasecki. Kicks it back out up top for Nascimento, who's checked back in. Now it's Parker into the middle for Piasecki. Foul line jumper in and out. And Uche Agbana comes up with the big board. Now to Coppola. He drives left side. Now pulls it back out. And Nascimento there with some tight defense. He'll go left side for Sheehan for three. That one way off. Didn't even get rim. And they're going to say last touch by White. So a fortunate break there for Daemen after a pretty ugly three-point attempt there from Sheehan.
Yeah, that was a brick of the highest order for Sheehan, and Daemen's three-point woes continue.
Quick inbound finds Green. He'll go hard to the hoop. That one is up, and a good defensive play from Watson forces the errant shot. Now coming back the other way, Nascimento. Nice move into the lane, and he floats this one in. 48-45, Daemen leads, 13 minutes left in the game. Suspicion of a travel there, and instead it will come. Thought it was going to be a foul and one. Instead, they're going to call the foul on the ground. Much to the dismay of Regan, but could have gone either way there. May have been a walk on Regan. Instead, take a three-point play away and call the foul on the ground.
Yeah, it was questionable in all aspects there, but a good job by Regan to try to make the most out of nothing there. But on the other end for Queens, nobody can match up with Kevin Nascimento off the dribble. And if they get the ball to him in transition, he can get to the hoop at will.
Agbana, nice hustle play on the ground, keeps it alive. The ball goes to Sheehan, who makes a move inside, and he lays that one in. Restores a 5-point lead for Daemen, 50-45.
Sheehan's starting to come alive. He's got 8 and been very active offensively the second half.
And that was after posting just 2 in the first half. As here's Parker looking for the up and under move, and that one wound up getting too much of the rim. But a poor pass the other way, taking back Nascimento. Nice stop and go. Finds Watson right side. From the right block, he lays that one in. Big point there from Watson. He's also starting to come alive here in this second half, and a timeout is going to be called here by Queens. They're down 3, but starting to cut back into that Daemen lead.
Yeah, they've got a couple of good looks. Nascimento again starting the offense there, dumping it off to Watson. I thought Watson almost got away with a push-off there. It was close, but he was able to score, and you like what you see from Nascimento, but on the other end for Daemen, Casey Sheehan's gotten involved, and that's a big plus for the Wildcats if he can start playing well, start getting to the basket. And you just wonder how long Daemen will go without hitting a three-pointer or any kind of outside shot. They really have not hit too many jump shots here this evening that I can recall, and it's all been at the hoop for Daemen, and that's something that probably they're going to try to keep doing because they've been pretty good at it, but they can get some outside shots to fall, this lead could get even larger.
And that's really been the only thing keeping Daemen perhaps from opening this lead up to about 8 or 9 points. And right now still playing without Beverly in the middle due to some foul trouble, so Agbana has had to play more of a role down low along with Regan. And so far, because of a bit of an undersized Queens team, it seems like they've been doing a pretty good job there.
Yeah, they certainly have. They've defended pretty well, and the zone has worked out well. Daemen has been a little tentative passing the ball in that zone and finding a good shot off of that. So give credit to the defense for Queens to doing what they've had to do to kind of combat those size issues. And they've held Daemen to 42% shooting for the game, but 54 in the second half. So they've actually Daemen's done a better job than you would think just by looking at it offensively.
Coppola goes right corner for Green. The over pursuit again from the Queens defense, and allows Green to lay that one in. The lead's back to 5.
It's been a big problem for them in this game, just overplaying defensively, and Daemen is too good off the dribble to do that.
Nascimento, nice behind the back dribble, went inside to Holmes. He's stuffed. Watson, though, gets the rebound. Watson back up top. Now into the middle of the zone for Holmes. Drives left side, goes up, off glass, no good. Rebound for Piasecki. He's fouled on the way up. And so Piasecki here will shoot 2.
I don't know what George Holmes is thinking, trying to take Jim Regan on down there. Regan averaged 5 blocks a game last season, which is one of the best in the NAIA, and Holmes just does not have the height advantage to convert down low.
So an interesting decision, and maybe, I guess, gets bailed out a little bit by Piasecki there with a big board, and then gets fouled on his way back up. As Piasecki here will knock down the first one. We've seen a couple of different players now in the middle of that zone. It was Piasecki earlier on. Didn't have too much success there. Now going with more of a guard handler in that middle with Holmes. And how do you think that's worked out for
Yeah,
them?
they got to find a way to convert and get good shots. And Piasecki just the decision making on the pass didn't seem to be there. So they got to try something else to try to find shooters.
And he does knock down the second one here. Lead is back down to 3, 52-49, 11:45 to go in the game, and Piasecki here will check out, be replaced by DeJuan Gray. So here is Coppola, crosses midfield, calls for the screen now. Instead he'll go left side for Sheehan, little step back three, and that one no good again. Looking out backboard first, then rim. So he's been ice cold from beyond the arc, and now comes back with Holmes the other way. And a travel is going to be called here on Holmes. And Holmes looks a bit hobbled, actually, after that one. Moving a bit gingerly. And now Holmes actually will check out of this game. And he will be replaced by Luke Mercurio.
Yeah, now moving well, and that's, Holmes hasn't had much success this evening, but it is a drop-off between him and Mercurio, certainly, so that's tough for Queens.
Sheehan also will check out of the game for Daemen. He'll be replaced by Aaron Davis. As here is Coppola, controls left side, up top for Regan, all the way up top. Regan now will dump it down low to Ogbonna. Turnaround Jay off the back rim, no good. And the loose ball picked up by Queens. Nascimento will kick it left side. The shot from the left corner, no good there from Mercurio. And now Daemen will run. They find Ogbonna, and he throws it down. Big righty slam from Ogbonna, perhaps the best of the game here. And now an offensive foul, or rather a block going to be called. Daemen's bench ready to explode there, but it's going to be a block called here against the Wildcats.
Man, Ogbonna just rose up and delivered there on that slam, and we talked about his athleticism throughout the night, and on full display there. And he's dangerous when you get him out in space with a chance to do what he wants to do there with the ball.
So here is Nascimento inbounding underneath, goes inside for Nikovic. Tries to get it to go. He can't. Good defense from Regan, and now Daemen will try to run again. Quick pass, a left-sided layup is no good, will not fall, and so it's back the other way. Quick pass down low to Parker, and he's fouled on the way up, so a couple of chances back and forth in quick succession, and at the end of it all, it's Parker who gets fouled. He'll go to the line.
It was a good pass from Nascimento. He really read the defense well there, and he's going to have to take it more on himself to score, I think, over the last 10-30 in this game because of the deficit that the Knights face. But certainly Daemen playing with a lot of energy right now, and that's the reason they have a 4-point lead.
So Parker knocks down the first one. Beverly will check back into the game, as will Kadeem Johnson. Checking out for a breather will be Regan.
Regan has played well defensively, and even Nikovic, who I think might have an inch or two on Regan, but Regan was still able to block him last time down the floor.
Parker's second one is good as well. Lead back down to 3 here with 10.5 to go. And Coppola here calls out the play. Looked left side for Johnson. Now he'll find him. Good defense there from Nascimento. And now a reach-in foul is going to be called here on DeJuan Gray. And they've been calling it pretty tight so far, and that one is going to go against Gray for being aggressive there on Ogbonna.
Yeah, Gray's got to be careful too. He slammed the floor after that, and we've seen these refs not afraid to call technicals. Already 2 called here this evening. So players got to keep their emotions in check, no doubt about it.
Gray's second of the game, if I'm not mistaken, and now will be Ogbonna going to the line here. For the 1-and-1, he knocks the first one down off the front rim. And Ogbonna has been tremendous from the line. So when he's got the chance, he's been one of the few Daemen players to convert there. Been a big boost to this offense. Ogbonna's second is no good. Rebound is pulled down by Queens. That was Mercurio. And now it'll be Nascimento here to run the offense. Queens down 4. Finds Parker for 3. No good. Off the rim. And Daemen now will control him. Not a great shot there from Parker very early in the shot clock from deep.
I would go so far as to say that was a bad shot from Parker. Trying to step back there. Defense was pretty good. Can't take that shot.
And now Nikovic is going to get called for being a bit too aggressive there with the forearm in that battle underneath with Beverly. So Beverly will go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. It has been not so bad from the line this year, 75%. So for a big man of his stature, could be worse. Hasn't been great though thus far in this game. Was 2 for 4. And he nails the first of the 1-and-1.
Beverly's averaged 15 points a game and 9 rebounds. That's a pace that it's going to be tough for him to keep up with, but he has just been everything you could expect from a big man there for Daemen here through the early goings.
So he will try to extend the lead out to 6. Second free throw off the front iron and pulled down here by Queens. Nascimento, he'll go left side. Parker now down low. Now the ball gets kicked back out up top. Another three-pointer thrown up from Queens. This one from DeJuan Gray. Another big miss.
There's been a couple chances on those three-pointers that they just haven't been close for both sides.
And now it's Daemen taking a little bit more time in the sets here with a 5-point lead, trying to really work on this Queens team. Another big physical battle down low, and it looks like Beverly's going to draw another foul. So this one is going to go against Queens.
Yeah, Modzalewski will pick up the personal, and he's just another one of the guys for the Knights that are just not a match for Beverly down low.
So Beverly has pretty much had his way with just about every Queens player. Knocks down the first in the 1-and-1 to restore the 6-point lead. And in a situation like this, you know, we've kind of talked about it, but what do you think, David, is the best way to try to stop a big man like that when you have no true matchup?
Well, I mean, you got to bring a double team, you know, when you can, and I think that the fact that Daemen has been so cold shooting from the outside, that helps that, because you're not too worried about the other guys being able to spot up for shots. So you got to try to bring extra players, extra help to try to bottle them up.
So Beverly knocks down the second, so the lead is now 7. 9:15 to go. Pass goes inside to the zone to Modzalewski. Now for a Conmu right wing. Nascimento up top. Back to Modzalewski in the center. He kicks it back out. Nascimento drives inside. Tries to squeeze the pass into Watson. Stripped by Agbana. Now the home run pass all the way down the floor. And an easy lay-in by Kadeem Johnson. And a timeout is going to be called here with the lead now extended to 9 for Daemen. And really not much else to do but try to get something going here for Queens by head coach Kirk Pepanakis.
Yeah, it all started with a bad pass from Nascimento. Really no business trying to make it in the heavy traffic like that, and it led to an easy outlet down the floor. Johnson's been quiet but able to finish there, and you got to be smarter if you're Nascimento. Sure, you're down, but there's plenty of time left. You don't need to be forcing the issue like that. Just work your offense, and that's what I had said, you know, at the start of the second half. You cannot be too hurried with the offense, because it leads to turnovers, and then turnovers leads to fast breaks, and that's a perfect example of what we saw right there.
And speaking of forcing, not just the passes, but the shots, it seems like the last couple times down for Queens. A couple of forced three-point shots early in the shot clock, so letting Daemen run their game, run their fast-paced game, and also, you know, some easy points going back the other way after missed opportunities for Queens.
Yeah, it plays right into their hands when you take bad shots like that, especially the long ones. You get the long rebound, and they're already all the way down the floor. So these rush three-point shots for Queens, they just can't continue.
Nascimento, Akanmu, Watson, now in the middle. It is Parker, kicks back outside for Akanmu, and no good. Rebound pulled down by Johnson. He'll kick it back out. Now he'll get it back. And another foul is going to be called here down low. And another one's going to go against Modzalewski, and he's immediately going to be checked out of the game here. He'll be replaced by Piasecki after the first shot.
Even though they didn't convert on the basket for Queens, that was a much better job finding the open man. And for Akanmu, a big stretch for him, because he had to come out after getting those 2 fouls and the technicals. So this is a big stretch for him and a big stretch for the team having him back.
So Beverly has continued to cause havoc, drawing a lot of fouls, and in the 1-and-1, it's been easy for him at the line. Reset the lineups for you here. For Daemen, it is Coppola, Davis, Beverly, Johnson, and Agbana. And for Queens, Akanmu, Nascimento, Parker, Piasecki. And the last man is Holmes, as the second of two is good as well. So an 11-point lead now for Daemen, 62-51, under 8.5 to play.
15 points now for Beverly, who's been very good at the line for a big man.
Akanmu goes inside to Parker, kicks back out. Akanmu now goes right corner. Piasecki in trouble. Now they go inside middle of the zone, and thought there might be a double dribble there. There was not. Parker's laying no good anyway, and Coppola will get it. He'll slow things up here for Daemen.
Nowhere to go in that short corner for Piasecki. Just really, hounded once he received the ball. So it's good defense from Daemen.
And now a giveaway here from Agbana. It's Nascimento who controls, drives, righty layup off the glass and in. So Nascimento trying to bring this Queens team back. Coppola, left side. This one is now taken to the rack, and the righty layup is good. Big one there from Aaron Davis. And it restores the lead to 11. Nascimento comes down, over to Akanmu. Into the middle of the zone. Lefty layup, drawing the foul is Parker. So Parker, the latest man to be thrown into the center of that zone on offense here for Queens. And is able to draw the foul, going up hard with the left hand.
I think that's 4 on Beverly foul-wise, so that's not good for the Wildcats. That one was, you could hear that in the slapping of the wrist there from Beverly. So he's going to have to really play smart defensively. And, for Daemen, they can try to hide him in his zone there so he doesn't pick up the fifth.
First one from Parker is no good, and they'll check Regan back in here for a few minutes, I'd imagine. Still 7:21 to go for Beverly. And again, Regan has shown to be pretty solid there in the center. Again, before Beverly's emergence last year, we talked about it, David. Regan really was playing at that center spot. Not exactly his most natural position, but he can do it as Parker knocks down that one to cut it to 10, 64-54. And they turn up the pressure here on defense. Here is Davis, crosses the line, and he draws the foul. That one against Mercurio, who has just checked into the game to be, looks like a defensive pressure giver there. Playing very aggressive. And Kirk Pepperdog is having a quick chat with him, telling him exactly what he wants to try to provide some pressure and maybe force some turnovers here against Daemen.
Yeah, he's a freshman, so, this is not an easy spot for him to be in.
As the first one is no good there from Davis. And again, still time, 7:15 to go in the game. Just a 10-point lead for Daemen, so time enough for Queens to come back as Davis will knock down the second. And Nascimento will dribble up the floor. Crosses the line, left side Holmes. Back up top, Nascimento, back to Holmes. And now Nascimento controls top of the key. Right side, Mercurio. And now to the middle of the zone. Going up with it is Parker. Tough shot. Couldn't get it to go. And coming down with it was Piasecki. And at the end of everything, Piasecki will get the ball and they will inbound underneath here, Queens. Sheehan checks back into the game. Will replace Davis. Quick inbound finds Piasecki. Now up top for Parker. Right corner for Nascimento. Cuts inside. Now left side for Holmes from three. No good. And the rebound will fall to Coppola. Coppola, the All-AMC honorable mention last year, drives inside. Nice dish. Right side for Kadeem Johnson. His three-pointer is no good. And now Mercurio will run the floor. Gave it to Holmes, tried to get it back, and Holmes will give this one away. Then has to take a foul because otherwise Johnson would have ran away with that one for an easy bucket.
Well, it's tough there. He threw it right into Johnson. didn't have any work to do, just caught the ball and able to go the other way with it. It's a tough time right now for the Knights. They got to find something offensively that works, because right now they're just not finding it. The outside shot isn't falling, and defense for Daemen down low is playing exceptionally well.
As Johnson here misses the first one. You mentioned it, Daemen really has done a good job turning up that defense, providing some pressure early on, but now excelling in that zone, and Queens finding it tough to break down. As now the second one is knocked down here by Johnson. 12-point lead for Daemen, under 6.5 to go in the game. Nascimento will control up top here for Queens. Now in trouble, a little bit of a double team here from Daemen. He'll go out to Mercurio and get it back. 15 on the shot clock. As the shot clock is now down to 10. Mercurio inside to Holmes. Left side for Parker from 3. No good. Rebound by Piasecki goes up. Big block there from Johnson. And now a foul called after Mercurio pulled down the board. So add Johnson to the list of guys who can come up with a big block for this Daemen team. But in the end, it's going to be a foul and a 1-and-1 coming up for Mercurio.
Yeah, that's stuff for Johnson there, but he did a good job to recover there off the offensive rebound. And that was a good shot there they got for Parker, but again, it's just not falling. And they've driven in a couple times to the middle and been able to kick it out. But when you're shooting it so cold from outside, the defense isn't, they're worried about it, but they don't have to be that concerned about it.
And so Mercurio's first free throw rattles around the rim and drops. So he will stay at the line to shoot another here. Both teams in the bonus. Second one off the back rim, no good, but he gets it back. Kicks it left side, Piasecki. Now the skip pass for Parker, drives inside. Parker, righty layup, no good. And the foul is called on Johnson again. And Johnson muttering a couple of words, and he's got to be careful there. You don't want to get a technical. Already been 2 called in this game.
Yeah, I mean, he's frustrated. He's doing all he can in pretty good position, but just a little too much contact there.
So it'll be Patrick Parker back to the line. He'll shoot 2 here. First one is up and rolls around the rim and comes out. So Queens really could use every point they can get as Johnson here subs out. He will be replaced by Jordan Green.
Nothing long.
And Queens making sure they stay aware of Coppola, who's the last man right now. Well, I gotta watch that home run pass. Agbana will make the quick pass into Sheehan. And Sheehan here drives right side, directly in front of us, tries to pass right wing for Green. Last touch by Queens, so it'll be Sheehan to inbound here in the right corner.
Denied!
Gets this one in on the bounce pass to Agbana. Goes inside for Coppola, and Coppola is fouled.
Every guy falls.
And right in front of us, Papanakis not too happy with that foul. Called a hold, and not a ton of physical contact there again, David.
Yeah, it didn't seem like all too much there, but Coppola able to go to the line.
As his first one rattles front to back iron and out.
I think of all the guys that have been frustrated by this poor free throw shooting performance, Coppola the most so. He's really been off tonight.
And on the season was just 3 of 6. Not exactly what you'd expect from a guard, but he knocks down the second one. As here is Nascimento. Drives hard inside, now kicks to Parker. Left wing 3 ball, no good, didn't even get rimmed. And big rebound there from Daemen. Here's Coppola, crosses the line, right side for Sheehan. And now Sheehan will slow things down up top. 25 left on the shot clock, and perhaps time for Daemen to start wearing down the clock with some long possessions. Sheehan tries to drive inside. Nascimento stripped it away, but it'll stay here with Daemen. So Sheehan will inbound to his left side for Coppola, our right. And now it's back with Sheehan up top against Nascimento, 10 on the shot clock. Nascimento drives right side. Now 5 on the shot clock. Dribbles inside, goes up with the tough layup, no good. Watson comes up with the rebound and now finds Nascimento, crosses the line. Left side for Parker, drives left baseline, and he gets a tough layup to go. So Patrick Parker will get one and cut the lead down to 9. 4.5 to go in the game, and no pressure here from Queens, and a timeout is going to be called here by Daemen.
16 points for Patrick Parker, and that was a real tough shot there on the baseline, kind of falling almost out of bounds and then put it in off the glass. But right now, this is crunch time for both squads, and for Queens, they've got to get stops on the defensive end. And then even if they do, you wonder how much it'll matter because the offense has just been such a struggle for them. And you see some careless passes and more than anything, bad shots. And some of these three-pointers they're putting up are just not even close. So they got to get more quality looks if they want to win the game.
And for this Queens team, also as we get closer towards the end of the game, they've tried to turn the pressure up on defense a couple of times in this game. Haven't been able to get a lot of great ball pressure. They haven't really caused the guards of Daemen any trouble, and that could be a problem if you can't get anything going in the press. You got to get some takeaways if the score stays like this, and we get.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, you got to be disciplined. You hear Coach Kirk Pepanakis, kind of screaming at this team, who's on the ball, who's got the ball, and it's these kind of little mistakes that really add up. And when you're playing a team like Daemen, you got to have your principles set, and you got to be, really ready to go and active. And we've seen some of that, but for the most part, Daemen's been able to control the ball the way they've wanted to.
So we'll be Daemen to inbound, and Pepanakis right in our ears saying, step to the ball. And immediately they will pressure one on the ball, and some pressure on Coppola. Almost forced a turnover. Now they kind of get him trapped in the corner. Great job by Coppola to dribble out of it. Finds Sheehan right side. Now Sheehan will drive inside. Dish for Agbana, goes up, hangs in the air. The layup hangs on the rim, no good. Tried for the tip in, and now a jump ball is going to be called. So we'll see which way this one will go in the end.
Boy, that was a wild sequence there. First you had Sheehan trying to stay in bounds, and then a great pass to Agbana, but the ball just hung on the rim there. It seemed like forever.
And in the end, the ball will stay with Daemen after the jump. Possession arrow now switches to Queens. Quick inbound to Coppola left side. Fresh shot clock for Daemen. Sheehan goes left side for Coppola. And a foul is going to be called here. This one is going to go against Agbana, who's claiming he was held.
I guess. I mean, it was definitely off the ball. I don't know really what they saw there, but enough to bring it back the other way.
So it'll be Nascimento. Tries to dribble in the middle of that 2-3 zone. Kicks it out to Parker. A tough off-balance shot. And now over the back is going to be called by Piasecki. But I think Parker has been one of the worst defenders in terms of poor shooting so far in the second half and just poor, selection.
Yeah, that was another terrible rush shot for Parker. And, he's done enough to have, 16 points, was pretty good. But, I mean, some of these shots he's taken very questionable. And then you have Piasecki reaching way over the back there. And it's just going to send Daemen to the line, which is not, what you want. But Daemen's got to hit their free throws. And if they do, they could, really have this thing in hand.
So it'll be Jordan Green here at the line as a spot on the floor being cleaned up by the game day crew here. Referee now seems satisfied. That was head ref Doug Abrahamian as Green will knock down the first one here. Lead back to 10. Luke Mercurio will check out of the game. And coming back into the game, Abe Akanmu. Green will look to knock down the second, and he does. So good free throw shooting there from Green, who will now check out. And Beverly will come back into the game with just 4:02 left, so foul out with 11-point lead right now. Wouldn't be the worst thing here for Daemen. Nascimento goes left side for Akanmu. Tries to drive left side, pull-up jumper, no good. And Beverly up there with a big rebound makes his presence felt immediately on the glass.
That was a big, big rebound, and he just makes such a difference down low, and we saw it right there.
And we'll see. I don't expect Daemen to be in any rush here to take a shot. 20 on the shot clock, 3:35 left on the game clock. As here is Sheehan, controls up top, 15 on the shot clock. Behind the back dribble, pull-up jumper, and Sheehan knocks it down. So Sheehan has been experiencing a big comeback in the second half of this game.
I didn't know he had that in him. Take him off the dribble and rise up there. Big shot.
Here's a Conmu. Not much there in between the middle of that 2-3. Good job by the guards up top for Daemen. Now it goes back to Akanmu. Tries to split him again. Can't find anything. Left side Parker drives inside. Now down low, Nascimento. Thought he drew the foul from Beverly. Didn't get it. And now the foul is going to be called, I believe, on Queens for going for that rebound. And it will be against Nascimento, I believe, who is kind of claiming that he was fouled before that.
Yeah, I'm surprised there wasn't a call initially. It certainly looked like there was enough contact to warrant it, but not going to get it.
And so it will be a double bonus here. 2 shots coming up for Daemen yet again. And heading back to the line, Jim Regan. And Kirk Papadakis trying to have a quick word with his players, and referee not too happy about that.
No, that was a little unofficial timeout, I guess.
And again, at the end of it, it will be still 2 shots here for Regan. The senior out of Williamsville, New York. Knocks down the first one. And Regan last year an All-AMC second teamer. Now the second one on its way. And that one does not go. So the lead will stay right now at 14. And Akanmu here dribbles the ball up, under 3 to go in the game. He'll drive left side. Nice spin. Now right side finds Parker. Kick it left wing. And a little underneath move attempted there by DeJuan Gray. Wouldn't go. So Coppola here will control.
Let's go.
Crosses the mid-court line rather. As this one is thrown across and out of bounds here by Daemen, one of their rare miscues.
Well, we never claimed that Beverly was a point guard, that's for sure.
As it's Akanmu now back with the ball, controlling top of the key. Parker, nice move inside with the pop, and big on the boards there is Watson, gets the rebound, puts it in. So Watson at times has shown he's a very capable player. As here's Coppola called for the travel because of a good trap set up there by Queens and using the sideline as that extra defender. Good job by Watson.
Yeah, that was one of the first times we've seen Queens execute that successfully.
As here they come back the other way. 3 ball from Gray, no good. And Beverly there with a big board. Now just 1:50 to go in the game. Quick pass down low early in the shot clock, and Regan will take that one every time.
Let's go, Danny. Let's go, Danny.
Here's Akanmu back for Queens. Drives, righty roll, and that one is good. Nice play there from Akanmu. Drove hard and floated one up off the glass and in.
Well, might be a little too late there for the Knights. Down 12 with 1:40 left, and give credit to Daemen. They've, by no means played their best game. Did a lot of things not very well, but they've done enough to have a nice lead here. And give credit to Gerald Beverly coming back in with the 4 fouls, and he's been able to pick up a couple of big rebounds and anchored that line there for the Wildcats. So he's played very well, and Daemen close to getting out of here with the win.
And for Daemen, of course, not quite yet a D2 school, so you have to think this would be a nice win on their resume. Of course, last year, were able to win a Thanksgiving tournament against a pair of NCAA Division II opponents. First beating Gannon, who was the host at the Gannon Thanksgiving tournament, and then beat Pitt Johnstown for the tournament title. So they have certainly elevated their game to play some D2 opponents, and look set to do so again here tonight, on pace to get another win over a D2 school in Queens.
Yeah, once they do make that final transition, they'll be a tough out, no doubt about it, and get some more notoriety, and obviously a lot of talent already, more to come. So they've had a nice showing here so far, and will probably continue for years to come.
So it will be Daemen ball underneath their own hoop towards our left. And Regan to inbound. Gets the ball into Sheehan. Little behind the back dribble. He'll take his time to get across the line. Got to be careful here. Does get across in time. Still dribbling, and now eventually will lay the ball off for Johnson. Now the pass back towards the left side for Capola. And Queens has to turn up the pressure here. Now 15 on the shot clock. Capola still one-on-one against Akanmu, and finally the double team comes too late. Ball kicked over to Sheehan from 3. Off the rim, no good. And that looks like foul going to be called here. This one will be Queens ball underneath. Akanmu checks out. Mercurio will check back in.
Well, Daemen could win this game without making a single three-pointer, and that's really saying something. They make 6 per game, and it's just been such a struggle on that end tonight.
Ball goes inside to Mercurio. Big block there by Beverly. And Johnson comes down with the board and is fouled on the way. So Beverly here will have a chance to shoot 2. Just for some further icing on the cake.
Yeah, Beverly, again, just great performance, a big block there, and he makes a big difference on this team when he's off the floor, and when he's on the floor, you see it on both ends.
As the first one from Johnson is up and good, and we mentioned it, this defense led the NAIA in blocks last year. You could see why. Johnson, Beverly, Regan, all capable. They add another guy in Agbana who seems capable to come up with a big block. This team has a lot of good, tall, athletic, and lanky players, able to get their hands in those shooting lanes.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and just a lot of length to deal with. It makes it very tough for the other teams.
As we are now under a minute to go here. Pass inside from Piasecki, and he'll lose this one. Will go out of bounds.
That's too much passing right there.
And now some nice dribbling here from Capola. Able to get away from his man. Now throws it across court to Regan. And tough play on the dribble. Now the ball will stop play because of some debris there on the floor.
I think Sheehan was getting very close to a couple of cheerleaders sitting in the front row, and they've made their impact felt in the game.
So debris is cleaned up now, and they will inbound. And, of course, for Daemen now with a chance to take on the hosts of this tournament, Molloy, tomorrow. And obviously we haven't seen Molloy yet. That game still to come at 8 o'clock. Don't forget, or I guess a couple of minutes after this one ends, getting close near 8 o'clock. But I think that could be another tough test for Molloy because of how we've seen Daemen play in this one.
Yeah, they've shown up well, and Molloy's going to have to take care of the basketball and really defend.
So late in the shot clock, that one goes up from Capola, back the other way. Watson will lay this one up, and now just 5 seconds to go. Pepanaka says no foul, so 3 seconds left, 2-1, and that's how this one is going to end. Daemen College starts off the 2012 Molloy Tip-Off Tournament with a 76-64 win over Queens College.
Big win for Daemen. They came here against the Division II Knights and really, played very well. It was not easy in the first half. Struggle for both teams, really. But in the second half, really a burst of offense there from the Wildcats, able to get them their cushion. And from there, the offense of Queens just went away, and it was not to be found. And I think that was the biggest story from this game. Besides the fact that Queens gave up 76 points defensively, their offense just was not able to get it going and took some really poor shots, and that took them right out of the game.
Plenty more to come up next right here on the East Village Green Deli and Caterers postgame show. That's next on MolloyLions.com.
What deli in the area around Molloy's campus was voted to have the best potato salad by the Levittown Patch? How about best chicken wings? And Maryland crab cakes that are the talk of the town? East Village Green Deli and Caterers in Levittown is the answer. On Sundays during football season, come down to East Village Green Deli and Caterers for a special offer. A 3-foot hero potato salad, macaroni salad, and coleslaw, and half a tray of their world-famous chicken wings, all for under $100. Visit East Village Green Deli and Caterers, 6 East Village Green in Levittown, or call 516-796-1234.
MolloyLions.com, your home for Molloy College men's basketball.
Hey, this is John Petroselli.
Hey, this is Jimmy Nolan, point guard of your Molloy men's basketball team.
Tune in tomorrow afternoon as the Molloy tip-off tournament continues with another doubleheader. First up, Jimmy Nolan and the Molloy Lions return to Quealy Gymnasium for a matchup versus Daemen. Coverage begins at 1:45 with tip-off at 2 p.m. Then Queens College will take on Post University at 4. The Molloy tip-off tournament continues tomorrow, and you can hear all the action right here on your home for Molloy College Athletics, www.molloylions.com.
MolloyLions.com is your official broadcast home for Molloy College Athletics. Hear all the exciting action of every Molloy Lions game live right here on MolloyLions.com. Remember, your home for Molloy College Athletics is www.molloylions.com.
MolloyLions.com, your home for Molloy College women's basketball.
Hey, this is Laura Rivera. Hey, this is Ashley Addison, guard of your Molloy Lions women's basketball team.
After 4 road games to start the season, the Molloy women's basketball team finally returns to Quayle Gymnasium. Tune in Thursday, December 6th as Tim O'Hagan's squad hosts Post University in a non-conference matchup. The pregame show starts at 4:45 with tip-off following at 5 p.m. It's Molloy women's basketball versus Post. Thursday, December 6th at 4:45, right here on your home for Molloy College Athletics, www.molloylions.com.
Your East Village Green Deli and Caterers Molloy Lions postgame show starts now.
And a welcome inside the East Village Green Deli and Caterers postgame show right here on MolloyLions.com. Tom Verda here alongside my color man for this tournament tonight. Here's David Ryan. And David, of course, just to recap, the Daemen College Wildcats a big 76-64 victory over a Division II opponent tonight here in the Queens College Knights.
Yeah, I mean, the 6-0 for Daemen, so that's a great start to their year, and, you know, really in earnest now playing teams here. And they got a big performance, especially from Gerald Beverly, who scored 15 points, 14 rebounds, and 4 blocks. If we were to name a player of the game, he would be it. And 4 players scored in double figures for the Wildcats. They really paced the way, and Queens just was not up to the task to defending the deep team that Daemen has.
And you mentioned in Beverly, I think really such a clear difference in this Daemen team when he was on the floor and when he was off the floor with foul trouble, just that presence inside for blocks, rebounding, and just an impossible one-on-one matchup for Queens to deal with all night in terms of offense.
Yeah, I mean, and Queens tried everything they could. They tried the man-to-man, they tried the zone for a good portion, tried double-team him, and it still didn't work. He produced, and he produced efficiently, 4 of 9 from the field, 7 of 10 from the stripe. So he was just a handful in every way. And, you know, offensively for Queens, just not very good. 27% shooting, and Patrick Parker shot 3 of 19. That's all you need to know, really, for the Knights.
And for this Daemen team, you mentioned it, wound up going 0 for 12 from three-point in the game. So just for the fans listening at home, in case they're just joining us now in Speech Fest Molloy game, how do you win the game without knocking down any shots from outside?
You know, you got to be able to convert inside, really, and they were able to do that and got to the free throw line 40 times. So that's a good way to do it. You know, offset some of that struggles. But you know, if you were to tell me 0 of 12 for Daemen from beyond the arc, you wouldn't think they'd win that game. But they were able to overcome that, and that's a sign of a good team. You know, if you don't do one thing well, you got to find something else that you can exploit, and they were able to do it.
And of course, we'll mention that Daemen tomorrow will face Molloy at 2 p.m. and then we will see Queens play the team that Molloy will face coming up next, and the Post Eagles. That game will be at around 4 p.m. But I guess before we eventually get to this Molloy game, David, just what are your final thoughts on this game? Again, a final Daemen 76, Queens 64.
I think for Queens, they're struggling big time overall as a program. in this game, kind of a microcosm of that. And better times will come, but right now there's just not a lot of continuity on this team, and a lack of a go-to option offensively really hurts them. So, until they find that or somebody develops into that, they're going to continue to struggle. And for Daemen, as they continue their march toward Division II, this is a big step in the right direction. And they're a fun team to watch. They have a lot of offense, and they play very, very hard. So that's a positive for them as well. They're off to a great start this year.
All right, well, that's going to do it for us here from the first game of the 2012 Molloy Tip-Off Tournament. Back in just about 10 minutes with Molloy against Post. Again, that's going to be up next right here on MolloyLions.com. Once again, for David Ryan, I've been Tom Birdie. Thanks so much for listening. And again, stay tuned about 10 minutes, Molloy versus Post. We'll see you then.